There's a phrase. There's a hoedown, and hoedowns is when people dance. It's called a hoedown, and that comes from when you are digging deeper into a mine. When you yell, when you yell ho, and you strike. When you strike whatever metal you're going after, people. Oh. Now that I'm saying it, I'm realizing my mother was absolutely full of pigeon dung. Welcome to Fractured Roll, where a bunch of us entertainment geeks get together and play a little Dungeons and Dragons. And don't forget to make sure you follow and like. Welcome to Fractured Roll.
It has been too long, everybody. Too long. So excellent being back here with all you guys. Holy smokes! Welcome back to Artell TV on Twitch.
We got Lightseer here. We got Fribula. We got V and K. Yodel Fedor. Can we hit 50 likes? Can we hit 50 likes?
We better, because I got.
No, that's the name of the person.
Oh. Yeah, remember, I got something. I got something in my head here. Another one of these little boons for y'all. If we can get,
let's get the people in
50 concurrent viewers in stream.
People in stream. We got
get the word out, people.
We got boons and
good things are happening for our.
That is yours. It should be good to go.
Band of misfits.
Boons and goons. Where's mine? All right, I'll be right back in a second.
A little music.
Hello.
I can't wait to see what happens tonight. This was such a cliffhanger. It was like, what, 3 weeks ago?
It was 3 weeks ago.
I don't even know.
We have a new follower.
Hey!
Welcome.
Butters 212.
What's up, Butters 212?
I don't remember.
So much better than Marlin.
Things are not working.
I need
so
a recap.
much better than Marlin.
Hold on.
Okay.
I know.
So
I need a recap.
3 weeks since we've seen you guys. There've been
way too long.
There've been kids' birthdays.
Yeah.
Guilty.
How were they?
Really fun.
Good.
Yeah, really fun.
Yeah.
Or
Can you believe Matt has actually procreated?
Yeah, I can. And other stuff. Life gets in the way, but we're so happy to be back with you guys. We're so happy that you're here with us.
I like this music, Matt.
We are. Thank you. We're getting back in, diving headfirst.
Wait a minute. Marlin had a birthday since we last.
Dude, what?
Dude, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I was gonna text you and then I forgot.
When was your birthday?
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Marlin.
Yeah, you had a birthday.
Happy.
Why did we not get together and?
Because we weren't together.
Oh, Kika O is here.
Oh, were you guys
says
not
happy
invited?
birthday.
Hey. Thanks.
Oh.
I think Marlin should get a deep 20 roll.
Yes,
just for
I
having
should.
a birthday.
Oh, D20 from Marlin.
I'm gonna grant him
I
this
need
at
one.
the end.
Oh man, Butters is here from Marlin as well. Oh
Yeah.
no, what is happening here? Oh crap.
We're doing that again.
Uh-oh.
What's
In
going
fact,
on?
Marlin, you have 2 D6s from last time. Because you
have some
sweeped out the
D6s.
win last time.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome everyone. Kika says happy birthday, Marlin. Bethany says happy birthday, Marlin. This is so nice of you guys.
Yeah.
Soaking. Why didn't you say happy birthday when it was my birthday? Okay, it was last year. August 31st. Thank you. Mark it in your calendars. Put it
Really?
on
August
Cal-
31st?
It's over now.
Cal out.
So were you the youngest person in your grade or the oldest?
I was the youngest person in my grade.
Me too.
What's up? Sean Kaju 86. Thanks for coming here. Says
Kaiju?
Happy birthday to
Kaiju,
Marlin.
the giant monsters that storm through the cities of Japan. No.
Oh, I like.
We are keeping track. If somebody sent you to come into the stream, please let us know in the chat right now, because 2 D6s are on the line. You also have a way to Dragonface. What's up, Dragonface 777?
Dragonface.
You also have a way to influence our game today. You can donate. For every $10 you donate, you can give a D6 to any player of your choice.
Me.
Or me.
It's his birthday.
Not
And
Matt.
I'm a
if
player
you donate
too.
for every $5 you donate, if you'd like to donate $5, you can give a player a D20 reroll. Or you can just look at all the things that are scrolling through here. You can actually have a familiar join our game for a $250 donation. You can have us sing a song for a certain amount. So just check out the roll.
A song you will not soon forget.
Which way do I? That's
right.
I think I
check
can
out
safely
this way.
say that.
Check out right there.
true.
It's scrolling through. Just read it. Just read it. Jabbers is back. Welcome back. Hello,
Welcome back,
Jabbers. So just read that.
Jabbers.
We have a few different announcements though for today. Do you want me to make the announcement?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can I?
Yeah, you're on a roll, man.
One
wanna-
announcement is happy birthday, Marlon had a birthday. Wait a minute. Did we already
This is
get
not-
that?
Oh, we did that
Did
one.
we already
What?
pass that? Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Congratulations to Eric for going to the Dominican Republic. Hey.
Hey!
Did you?
They almost didn't
You
let him
did.
come back.
I did.
So-
And I just got back this weekend. Yep.
What on earth?
Customs almost
Yeah,
didn't let me
a
back.
lot happened.
I didn't
They're like,
even-
how can somebody be containing so much good lookingness?
That's
Next
nice.
announcement.
Okay.
Who do you speak
Next announcement. Anyway, we appreciate you guys being here. I can't read the rest of your
What were
writing.
you-
Lana, I can't read the
Oh.
rest of your writing. I
Says, explain what you were doing in the Dominican
Oh,
Republic.
it does. Explain what you were doing in the Dominican. I went out there to teach improvisation
Amazing.
to
How
somebody
fun.
to some people at a resort.
Have you been there
Hey.
before?
First time ever in Dominican Republic. First time in the DR. Zap.
Do you speak Mandarin?
Stop.
I did Mandarin Chinese in the
Isn't
Dominican
that
Republic.
Dominican? Oh, Republic.
Oh no.
Wrong Republic. Wrong Republic.
Oh,
The
no.
Democratic
But speaking of
Republic.
which, one of our sponsors of the show, Improv Wizards, because you just talked about
That's
Improv.
right.
you just talked
Improv-
about teaching improv.
That's
Eric
right.
teaches improv on improvwizards.com.
As does Lincoln. As
What?
does Lincoln. So we just
I don't though.
We are sponsoring this. Recon here with Marlon. Thank you, Recon, for being here.
Yeah.
Let's just call it for Marlon already.
No.
I forget
No.
to tell my people every time. All two of them. I forget to tell them to.
I'm hot. So the other announcements are we are instituting. This is an important announcement for
This is
all of
important,
us here.
yeah.
We're instituting a new gameplay feature this week.
Spicy.
And it is when we go into combat, our Dungeon Master will give us as a group 1 minute to strategize what we're going. What we're gonna do. McKinley, thank you for hosting. We'll strategize. Gives us a minute to strategize how we might do this combat, and then in the combat order, every player has 10 seconds to decide what to do. If you do not decide within 10 seconds what to do, your turn gets skipped in the combat.
Whoa.
Easy for
so-
me.
Way harsh, Ty.
Yeah.
Easy for me.
So we want to. The idea was to amp up the stakes, the pressure,
Pace.
the pace,
Battle.
and that minute prior to the battle, that will kind of help you come together as a group and figure out how to work together best. So come up with a plan. Things could go sideways; they might not, but execute whatever plan that you've got going on, planned in that 1 minute. And if 10 seconds go by and you're on your turn and you haven't quite figured out exactly what you want to do or how to use that spell,
But I think that's the thing. When
Our
it's not
Dungeon
our
Master
turn,
will
we
tell
should be
us.
You miss
kind
your
of
turn.
pre-planning and thinking,
Crazy.
yeah. I mean, I'll
Instinctually.
give you like that 5 seconds, and so we're trying it out. We'll see how it works. So
I'm excited. I'm gonna be very nervous.
Are you going to cover your ears while we're plotting so that you can't plan it?
no, I won't metagame.
Okay.
I won't. I promise.
All right.
I told Eric and Lincoln beforehand that I will genuinely play the bad guys how they would play
Got it.
based on the situation. I won't metagame, so I
Cool,
promise.
cool, cool.
He's good at that.
You can trust me.
He's good at
I knew
keeping
you wouldn't
things
on
straight.
purpose.
Yeah,
But you know.
purpose.
Yeah.
Wait, what's today? Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday,
Wow.
May 15th.
I don't know why I had to ask that, but yeah.
May 15th.
No, we appreciate
yeah.
that you asked. Though. We're glad you asked.
like, wait
Oh,
a
thank you, McKinley.
So
For
that's
being here.
the new mechanic. We'll see
Go
how
for it.
we like it. And yeah. What else do we have, Mr.
I
Artell?
think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's all for the announcements for this evening.
I'm excited for the recap.
Yes.
The world.
We need this recap.
do we need the recap?
Yeah.
we do. We do need a little
We-
recap. It's
we
been a
need
couple of
to
weeks.
remember.
All right.
It's been a couple
It's
of
been
weeks.
a little while.
Like,
Well, the last thing that happened, I'll recap the last thing that happened.
Yeah.
The last thing that happened.
You know, some DMs don't do a recap. They have their people do the recap, and whatever they forget, they forget.
that's yeah.
I don't really
We
want to
don't
do
need
that.
to do that.
I'm glad you're not those
No,
people.
but I will say the last thing that happened is we took a little detour, and Inarek and Corian did a little performance at the Bone Drop Inn.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago.
That was the last
Yep.
thing that happened in our story.
Yeah.
So that was our little detour. So hopefully you saw that.
I know Lightseer was there
Yes.
to watch it.
Yes,
him and his
Lightseer
wife.
was there.
Him and his wife enjoyed it. So,
Oh, excellent.
and I believe his mother-in-law as well.
So we had a fun time.
And let's pick someone for the role for it.
Oh, that's right. Well, thank you, Lincoln. We also have a convention roll for it. In the chat right now, which character would you like to have the roll for it? Which means that when they try to do an action, the DM can say roll for it, and they have to try to roll to see if they succeed on the action that normally they would not have to roll for it. Put into the chat right now which character should get a roll for it. The characters' names are right underneath our faces.
So it'll probably be non-combat related, unless it's something like I reach for an arrow and then we drop the arrow.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's just add a little comedic flavor.
First vote
Potential
is Corian
comedic
from
Yeah,
Jabby.
we're going to wait till someone gets 2 votes.
Oh, all right.
No, all right.
Two votes.
Oh, great. Thanks, Recon.
2 votes.
Thanks, Recon. All right, I've got the first roll for it.
Okay.
Oh
So-
my gosh, and we're in the we're just about to start a battle too. I'm so excited.
Oh,
you don't need a recap.
Really?
Thanks, Dragonface. Does anyone have any D6s?
Oh,
I
yeah.
need a
Right
few.
now.
I don't
have
have
6.
any. I have
you-
60-20.
So you have 6.
I have 12.
You still have 12?
Yep.
Do you really?
How am I supposed to
I
design
had
encounters
24 before the last show.
that matter?
Spent 12 on this.
Well, because we can
Four,
only
six,
use a
eight.
few at a time.
That's true. You can only use 4 d6s
12.
at a time. That's
These
right.
are all for
Oh,
Inaric. If you don't mind
You have
bringing
12?
those over to Inaric. So, and remember, you can always gift someone a
24.
D6, which allows them to add it to one of their rolls.
Oh,
It allows it to add it to one of those. King Nebula. King Nebula.
King Nebula.
It's here. Thanks for being here, King Nebula. Hey, King Nebula, thank you for hosting us, King Nebula.
And for anyone who's never seen Dungeons and Dragons or never played Dungeons and Dragons, it's basically like group storytelling led by the Dungeon Master Matt, and we randomize the combat and a lot of the storytelling with dice.
Yep.
So even if we planned it, it wouldn't go that way because of the dice that we just makes it so fun. Just throws everything
dice
off.
is the fate.
Dice
of our
is
game.
nice, is what I thought you were going to say.
I also thought he was going to say that. Huh.
Yeah.
It's nice to me.
Don't
often,
roll it thrice.
Okay. I was hoping
unless
you
I
wouldn't
tell
say
you
that.
to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be as
I
quiet
was
as mice.
too.
Hey, did you know I have lice?
I did know.
No.
I eat it with rice.
And we also want to direct your attention to our website, fracturedroll.com.
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 Oh, guess what? That just came up in the chat right now. FracturedRoll.com. So do take a look at the chat.
Nightbot there, whatever.
Night hop.
Great. So fracturedroll.com, you'll learn all about these guys, players and characters.
You
And
see close-ups of our nice character pictures.
that's right, provided by
I do, Jabby. I would love some
Milton.
D6.
I would.
How many do you have?
I have
You
0.
have 0. Oh,
I have
snap.
Zara.
I need some songs is what I need tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do want
We
some
need
songs.
songs. We didn't have
we need
any
songs.
Songs are
the
fun.
last
The
time we were all
before,
together.
We
yeah,
need
did not
shirts.
have any songs.
Jabby
time
says we
before.
need shirts.
Ah,
Yes.
you're right.
Oh,
We are going to
yeah.
be making merch.
Free to
So-
follow.
And remember,
It
if
is
you're
free to
watching
follow.
here, it's free to follow.
Free to follow. Free to follow.
Okay.
What did you say last time that had me dying? I don't know.
Speaking of Chevroon, let's do a
way you
recap.
say
All right,
Yes.
so we're going to do a little recap. This might be a little longer of a
That was
recap
so
than normal
funny.
because we've been missing you guys for a long time. I don't know. It's up to the DM.
What is
to me.
Usually we like to do a quick one, but
In the previous session,
That's what I.
our characters had finished with their escapades on the Shrine Island with the unicorn Chevroon, and they had made their way back to the mainland.
Whoa!
Oh,
Did
King
you plan
Nebula,
that?
thank you for being a frolic. That was crazy.
on Earth?
King Nebula brought the purple lights.
Thank you, King Nebula.
Wow.
That was crazy.
That
King
was
Nebula.
kind of weird how
I
it
don't
happened
have
all at
any
the same
water
time.
today.
Earth.
That's
But they
still
made
your
our adventurers made their way back to the mainland,
Thank you.
determined to return to the village of Renfeld, which has kind of been their base of operations throughout the bulk of our adventure as it has started and progressed. They found their way to Renfeld, and ultimately I've got some notes here, so I don't want to miss anything. After getting some news about the village and some recent troubles they've had while the group was out, they internalized that news. They made their way into the village to the Bone Drop Inn, where you reconnected with Oscar and Rose, Tolov, making some inquiries regarding Sergeant Pepper. So, you said you needed a recap.
I forgot about it.
And ultimately, they made their way to the church of the missing lady within town, Allonge. The high priestess of which is Sister Hanali. And they spoke to her in depth regarding what they had discovered in finding the shrine, in finding Chevaroon, in finding the hidden island, and Chevaroon's request for aid to help secure the shrine and the piece of Quraysh that is entombed in an underground cavern underneath the shrine. Piece of Quraysh being a holy relic, remnant of Allonge's hammer of creation that shattered as she finished creating her children. Allonge. Pieces of it scattered all throughout the world. And one of them is at the base of this shrine. So, they made plans with Sister Hanali to... well, she determined that she needed to go to Pite to visit her superior at the temple there. Our adventurers... I don't recall if you specifically agreed to accompany her there. She said she needed time to prepare for her trip. It's up to you whether or not you will accompany her or not. But you've gathered your things at this point. You've reacquired your pack mule. Yes? And
Yes.
You've determined that you're going to head west following a treasure map that you acquired from Odo Big Toe, the proprietor of Saddle Rash Goods.
Odo Big Toe.
He was given a treasure map. And he was determined to follow it because times are hard on his business, and this was an easy fix for money. You guys convinced him otherwise. And now you are taking advantage of the treasure map, heading west along the river towards where X marks the spot. You've traveled throughout most of the day and into the evening, setting up camp for the night, getting ready to set up watch. And as you did so, Baracus, ever aware of the presence of otherworldly taint and evil, discovered once again this odd purple mist that you had experienced previously much earlier in your time together, which was a herald of destruction and the undead. Leaving his companions by the fireside, Baracus stood up and followed towards the purple mist. And shortly after that, revealing themselves from within the purple mist was a very strange sight. A tall ogre, shambling and rumbling through the trees towards you. Parts of its flesh missing from its bones, one of its eyeballs missing, dragging a large spiked morning star, and then floating spectrally around him, this oddly, eerily beautiful, ghostly, purplish elf woman. And she appeared before you, Baracus. And she appeared before you, Baracus, and she announced, "Oh, wonderful! More living people for the Master. He will be so happy." And that's where we ended off last session, and that's where we begin our session tonight.
Innocent enemy is a new
So-
follower.
Oh,
Innocent
yes.
We set up the
Thank
map.
you for following. It's free to follow.
It's free,
free to follow.
Free to follow.
As our DM is setting
Everybody
up his
free to
map,
follow.
everybody. Thanks for joining us, watching a little D&D. That was a wonderful recap, by the
It
way.
was.
Yes.
Wonderful recap.
Let's set the stage for night.
Innocent Enemy is actually looking of a group to play with sometime too. Nice, Innocent Enemy. It is
Maybe you
fun.
can meet someone in this chat.
Yes.
Ooh.
This is like Bumble for D&D.
Ooh. That should be our tagline.
Swipe, like,
We'll make a shirt that says that too.
Bumble for D&D.
Yeah.
What was the other T-shirt that we were gonna make?
Free to follow.
Oh, that's right.
Free to follow.
And it's got to be like FOLLEUR.
So,
I was what he said.
Baracus has stood.
There's our map, and then
And
we've just put the map cam up. you
I
guys.
and to be honest, I don't recall if he said, "Look, guys, purple smoke. I'm going to follow it," or if you just simply stood up and went towards it. They don't perceive the purple mist as you do. You saw it, and you stood up and you walked towards it. You three, you don't know why he's got up and left. I mean, you can see him. It's nighttime now. I mean, we're in the middle of the night. You guys marched starting in the late afternoon through to the late night. So it's probably about 11 o'clock at night right now. The moon is high in the sky. And Marlin, you face
Who's Marlin?
Baracus. I'm sorry. Get back into it, people. Baracus, you face before you, two ghostly undead things. The temperature is cold. You are a tiefling whose blood runs hot, and it is not.
I don't like it.
It is not hot anymore.
So it's just unenjoyable. It's unenjoyable.
It's unenjoyable for
So
me.
she floats in front of you. Well, such a welcome sight. What are you and your companions doing so far away from the rest of the living world?
I don't believe that's any of your business.
Do you understand how much trouble you're in, young man? She's eerily floating around this ogre, and he's just kind of standing there. He's about 12 feet tall. He's a big, solid mass of dead muscle.
Trouble. I thought my dues were paid.
I don't know anything about your dues.
Oh, good. Wrong person.
But the master would always love to use you, alive or dead. Again, she's languishing slowly around. What do you guys do?
Are we in earshot? Are
I
we
was,
able
I
to
was
hear?
going to Baracus. I was going to be trying to whisper.
She's about 100 feet away from you guys.
Can they see them?
We can see.
Yeah, I mean, in the moonlight, you could probably see her glowing purple form. I mean, the ogre zombie is probably a little bit tougher to see as far away as you guys are, just because it's dark out. It's far.
I'm certainly striding quickly towards Baracus.
Can we see Baracus? But we can see Baracus.
You can see Baracus. Yeah.
Baracus, what? Baracus, what's going on over there?
We're not alone.
That's true. It's a wonderful, comforting thing to know that you're not alone. I mean,
No,
we're traveling
no,
together.
no,
Not
What?
alone.
There's someone else
No.
here, you idiot.
We're not alone.
No, you are not indeed alone.
Come
Can
in.
we hear that? Can
Yeah.
we? Oh, right. Well, I'm going to stride quickly.
Come,
to join my-
bring your friends.
Can't
Can't you
join
see the
Baracus.
ghost woman floating in the air? I can.
Are you talking to me?
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. What is your name?
My name.
Yeah.
Why do you wish to know my name?
Because you've come to me.
My name, sweet-blooded one, is Viren Leah. Yes. Oh, you guys are all.
Have
you
we
guys
arrived?
running up?
Yes, I'd
Well,
like to
that's
say.
a pretty name. I like that name.
Yes. Is this okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. Tolov, did you join us?
Yes.
And
Virenlia.
Virenlia.
What is your profession?
Profession. You are a funny one. Profession.
Who sent you here?
I've been summoned, and you have simply gotten in my way. All of you. And she sees you. Tolov. She goes, oh my. Well, at least all of you have the good sense to associate with grace and beauty. She has pointed ears. You can clearly see like elven heritage in her. And she says, welcome, young child of the Fae. It's always wonderful to see a fellow elf amongst those that I stumble onto.
You are the tallest elf I've ever seen.
Well,
What do you eat?
I eat.
Jabby with a $50 D6s for Corian. Jabby, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jabby.
I feel thank you very much, Jabby.
She's just kind of floating around, and she says, eat. Do I look like I eat anything?
No, you don't. You actually look rather emaciated.
But very tall.
She's not paying attention to anybody else at this point. She sees you, and she says, Then she sees Inaric, and she says, just make sure that filthy ogre over there doesn't take advantage of you.
Hey!
And then murder you. As she swoops around this ogre in front of her and just smacks him in the face. She's like really ticked off when she does that.
She smacks him in the face?
Smacks the ogre in the face?
The ogre in the
the
face.
ogre.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
She's deranged.
Yes.
Lodge an eyeball from the ogre's head.
No.
She's deranged.
And he just takes it. And she looks at him with this filthy scowl. And then she sees you, Corian. And all her attention is completely focused on you. She's as though there's no one else in this glade. And she says, oh my, aren't you beautiful?
Thank you, Virenlia.
Aren't you tired of spending your days with the mundane? Aren't you tired of spending your time with those that are not worthy of your beauty? Would you not rather spend your time with someone more like myself?
I think she's
Your
asking
beauty.
you on a date.
Your beauty has no comparison to the beauty of friendship that I experience with these
Thank you, first friend.
who are with me. I see what you're doing, Virenlia. You're trying to drive wedges between us.
Your loyalty is respectful, first friend.
Wedges?
Yes, you're trying
Friendship?
to drive wedges with some mysterious mallet of yours that will not work.
A wedge is like a little thing that you stick in somewhere to be able to pry something apart or keep it apart.
Shh. And when she does that, her face like contorts into this devilish, fierce visage of anger.
Soon you have a queen.
She looks back at you. Again, all her focus on you. Come now. Come now. Those of us who are graced with beauty, we need to lay aside the burdens of everyone else around us who does not quite match up to our beauty.
That'd be a song for Inaric.
A song for Inaric.
All right.
No rush. She says no rush.
Corian, perhaps you should go with her. It seems like a good idea.
What?
We're fine.
Listen to the smart elf.
I'm
Elves
sorry.
are often smarter than others.
Virenlia, you talk about
I would
surrounding
know.
yourself with things of of beauty, if you feel like you surround yourself with things that are just as beautiful as you, have you taken... Zovsto subscribing!
Thank you, Zovsto.
Have you taken a good look at what stands behind you? Because if that is the
never
level of
mind
your-
him.
If that's the level of your beauty, then...
Never mind
Then
him.
what?
He
Well,
is.
I was trying to think of a good punchline, but I couldn't really because I'm a little distracted because she's looking right at me.
Oh, yes.
I thought we were friends.
This
We
filthy lump of flesh. He's a pawn. He's a pawn for the master.
And who would that be?
Who's the master?
The master. Tell me.
Allongé.
Allongé. Allongé. What is Allongé?
What
A
is...
dead goddess? No.
Well, we're not going to send anyone out.
You mind Allongé? Huh. She's swooping around. No, my master. He surrounds himself with those who no longer breathe. But I will not tell you much more of him. His ways are secretive and powerful. And he will
And
rule.
you do his bidding.
He will rule. Well, he's summoned
How does
me.
it feel to be completely under the control of some master?
I am not under anyone's control.
Seems to me you are. Does it
You
seem
said-
like everyone who thinks that she is under control of a master, please raise your hand.
You did call him master. And when you call someone else master, that means they're your master.
Yeah.
Technically.
Do you have a master? Do you have a master?
Everyone has a master.
Not someone who... Oh, Dragonface! Thank you, Dragonface.
Thank you, Dragonface.
Everyone has a master. of
I
some
have
sort.
the beauty that I have, and the power that I have because of the master. So I suppose I owe him some measure of allegiance, but clearly I think for myself.
Do you think for yourself? Because you're latched with some lackey who's losing an eyeball behind you doing
Don't
his bidding.
speak of him and his filthy, murderous ways.
We didn't say anything about his murderous
I'm
ways.
sorry, yes. His murderous ways.
But come to think of it, he does look like he has murderous ways.
I don't mean to stereotype, but he's an ogre.
I mean, he is an ogre.
He is.
Yes, he is.
Yes. So would you be his master? Is he also your master? Are you under two
Are you
masters?
referring to this filthy lump of pustule next to me?
It's a pyramid
I
scheme.
I am
think that's
stuck to him
true.
only because fate has connected me to him.
How, really? How so?
And
Don't you wish to be...
as she's getting like more and more upset over this, I mean, it's frigid. Like the temperature all around you and well beyond is icy cold. It's clear that you're dealing with a creature of undeath that is not like anything you've ever experienced before. And she says, "Look, my master has summoned me. I am to help usher souls to him, alive or dead. You are here. It's very fortuitous for me."
And what if we don't wish to be ushered?
Yes, I probably
What,
had
one way or
raked.
another,
Let's be-
one way or
I'd be
another,
raked.
I will usher you to my master. Yes.
Well, I prefer I prefer to be ushered alive. I prefer to be alive.
So
Yes.
you would swear allegiance to my master?
No. No, you're not the brightest elf
Yes.
Not go there.
in the
That,
box.
Yes.
that was
If I were to have
hard
actually
left turn.
5 elves in a box,
What?
you would be the least bright of them all.
Yes.
I was just trying to.
But
put
you
on
could
what
never
were
get
saying.
elves into a box.
No, actually, I couldn't.
Are you insulting me?
No, probably just the one who's behind you. What is his name? That's what I want to know.
I'd like to guess.
Oh, okay. Let's guess. Let's
Is
all make
it-
guesses.
Curlop.
What is this? Are you making fun of
Is
me?
it dangling eyeball?
Again, are you referring to this filthy zombie next to me?
Perhaps
Yes, you should get rid of him. Just
Flap,
get rid
flap.
of him.
Are you together romantically?
No, we are not together romantically.
Let's just
You
get to
should probably rid yourself of his company because his
That's-
company is bringing your beauty down.
Prince Charming, perhaps, is
You
his
don't
name?
think I know that? I
It's-
cannot rid myself of him.
Well, why not?
You bonded to
I am
him.
not going to answer to you
But
in this regard.
he makes you so much less beautiful.
Don't you think I know this already?
Let's just get to the point. What do you want with us?
Yes.
I want your souls.
Well, I feel rather attached to mine.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
I'm beginning to feel attached to yours as well.
Oh.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
get rid of the bumpkin behind you and perhaps we could go for a stroll.
Oh.
Well. He's not going anywhere. I'm sorry. And if you are not coming with me willingly, then I suppose your deaths are in order. Yes?
Are you asking us? Because if that's
I'd say no
if
if
that's
that's a question.
if that's a question for us,
No.
No, it's not a question.
I pull out my sword.
Oh,
I.
a sword.
Yes,
Oh,
I suppose if you want to take our souls, we'll just have to stop you.
the filthy ogre speaks and
Excuse me.
brandishes a sword.
I bathed
Who are you
yesterday.
calling a filthy ogre?
That one.
That is my first friend.
What?
I thought you were a smart elf. Get them! She screams as she flies up into the air, and the ogre immediately changes like his demeanor from this lumbering to a brandishing this big spiked morning star.
Let go.
Roll for initiative.
Oh,
just about to
dear.
I was just about to cast a spell.
I was going to do it out of the blue too. You saw my hand. You saw. I was looking for a pocket of silence so I can be like, which one?
13 for Inaric.
I like to do it spontaneously.
Exactly. Oh.
So if you're new to Dungeons and Dragons, rolling for initiative, we roll a 20-sided die, the players as well as the creatures, and whoever gets the highest roll goes first, and then the order is determined from there. So
5.
Something Darkseed, thank you for being a new follower. To Something Darkseed, may your seeds always be dark in the light of day.
8.
8.
12. A strong 12. Something Darkseed. And Frosty Forest, thanks for coming from Marlin.
Yes.
Frosty Forest.
All right, everybody.
Something Darkseed.
Who's
So-
Marlin?
Did I say Marlin again?
No.
No.
He did.
I won't make that mistake again, I promise.
Marlin.
Okay, so
do we take a quick strategy time?
Dragonface, another $10 to
Quick strategy
Dragonface.
That's how my mother.
Thank you,
sounds.
Dragonface. Dragonface, let us know if you'd like to donate that as a D6 roll to someone, and also your $15, how you would like to divvy that up, Dragonface. All right,
right.
we have a minute.
You have
we have
1
a
minute.
minute
No
to
problem.
strategize.
figure
problem.
out what you guys are gonna do.
It's only one ogre.
So listen, don't forget, you need to be back a little bit because you don't have very much health.
Okay. I have
You need to
plenty
be-
right now.
No, but you have no armor. It's like very difficult for you to get.
Oh, I
you
can
get
throw on some armor back at this.
you get hurt, so I would put that on. But you should be back behind us casting spells.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
I'll do that.
All
Where's
right.
the ogre on the map?
I mean, he's the only one that we see, right? He's the one foe. A D6 to
No,
Corian,
no,
Dragonface.
You see them
are the
both. I
man.
mean, she's
Thank
flown
you,
up into the
Thank
air
you,
above you.
Dragonface.
Let's worry about the ogre first.
I will use my short bow.
Yes, I will be back. I will step back and use my spells for distance because I'm afraid.
Let's start firing at him and let him come to us.
Not rush him.
Right.
Right.
I like your strategy.
Yeah.
At what point should we worry about her?
If she does something.
If she does something?
So far, she's part ghost.
When the
Ghost.
time comes, I will handle her.
I guess I fit. And also, I
I
wonder,
like that.
does
You give me
might
a
she be
religion
easier
check.
to kill
Religion
than
check?
him? And if she dies, does he stop? That's the one thing that I'm thinking.
I don't know. He's a zombie of some sort.
Do you think he's more powerful and harder to kill than her?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's the strategy. I'll move back behind
Everybody
dragons.
everybody else,
Dragon
give me a
face.
religion check right now. Marlon
There-
just gave me one and failed.
They're also connected
yeah.
in some way. So killing him might rid us of her, but I don't know.
I only have 4.
Oh my goodness.
Switch
You
these.
do so with advantage.
5.
12.
17.
I was about to say, rather low.
Tolov, it dawns on you that this ghostly form, it also comes to your understanding as well, Corian, but I'm specifically referring to Tolov because of the elven connection you have. This is not a ghost. This is a banshee.
Ooh.
And you know of banshees because banshees are elven women who have died in terrible, murderous ways,
Okay.
and their souls are trapped in the state that you see because of the trauma of her death.
Okay.
Almost makes you feel sorry for her.
And do I know
Ooh,
about
no, it's
banshees?
not quite.
With that
You know
roll?
the same thing.
Do I know if they are how powerful they might be? I mean, are they
With that kind of a
feared?
roll, I mean, the drop in temperature alone should indicate a measure of significant power. But you know that banshees, their scream is to be feared,
Right.
like mortally feared.
Everyone, tie a scarf around your ears. And I tie a scarf around my ears.
Oh,
Do you have a scarf?
Of course I do. I got clothing.
If you have a scarf.
Maybe I don't.
I don't think
So
a scarf.
so again, we're still in this this planning phase.
Yes. Oh, we're probably.
I'm
done.
stepped.
I mean,
I
a
stepped
minute.
So you
back.
figured out your strategy?
Yeah, I stepped back behind everyone else.
On your turn, you will.
Yes, on my turn. I will.
Right.
On your turn, you will. Okay.
So we are focusing
we all
on the
put-
ogre.
Yoga.
The
Wax.
ogre.
The ogre.
Wax
have
from the
wax?
cheese. We had lots of cheese, remember?
That's
Do
true.
we have?
From
Do
the
we have to do
basement.
it? Do we have to do it?
Well,
But
I haven't
for
even-
action. We have to do.
To put wax in our ears?
Yes, probably.
Why can't we just do it?
Well, the only dairy
We're
I
just like-
consume is ghee. You know what ghee
That's a
is?
great
It's
idea.
clarified butter. It's like
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
like
I mean,
filtered butter
that's something that you're going to have to do
without like.
We
dairy.
can't just
During
do it
on
now.
your turn. No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
pure
this
butter.
thing is it's
Nothing
kind of like
done to
it's
it.
kind of
Awesome.
out of game a
Weird
little bit, like
Okay.
like
explanation,
pausing the
but-
video game and figuring out what you want to do.
Got it.
So, but once you're in game, then
Yes,
you
yeah.
execute everything you've been
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about, whether it's
That's
movement or
It's the only
whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
Keto bit. Keto.
So we are
No, it's fat.
in. So as she flies up and screams, this filthy, smelly ogre form, he begins to lumber, and he begins to lumber towards you, Baracus, because you are simply the closest.
Wax.
Oh, great. That whole plan just completely.
Yeah.
And does not quite make it all the way to you.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank the Lord.
Praise be above.
So he uses his action to
Oh dear.
make it all the way to you, but that's his action.
Oh yeah.
And Arik, you're up.
All right, I'm going to take a few steps backward and fire a firebolt at his face. So I lift up my hand.
So you're gonna step back a bit.
Yes.
How far? That's
One
5.
more square.
I need to get
right.
out of there.
So I warm up my hand and I do my little spinny and I fire a firebolt right at his face. And it's not going to hit. It's going to be a 10 to hit.
A 10 to hit. That hits.
Oh!
He's a big target.
He's a big
And
target.
he's not wearing any armor.
Yeah.
He's just a big
It's just a big piece of
big
meat.
mass of dead meat. So yeah,
So
you're-
take that.
so 1d10 fire damage. Yes.
That's going to be 5. 5 damage
Okay.
to his ugly face.
So yeah, this coiling, curling ball of flame erupts from your hand, flies straight through the air, smashes into this guy's shoulder, and flame is licked across his flesh. And he just looks down at his shoulder. He recognizes that something's happened, but he focuses once back on you, Baracus.
Put the sword back in my hand and ready myself.
Corian, you're up.
So I draw my silver-bladed rapier, and I dance towards him.
Okay.
And I whip it towards his neck.
Okay. Or towards him. I mean, his neck's like 10.5 feet above the ground, but
Oh, right.
he's like 12 feet tall. This is
Oh, he's 12 feet tall.
so you're
I
probably
thought he was
slashing
11
it.
feet
Oh,
tall.
then forget that. I slash towards his hamstring.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes. And that is an 18.
Oh,
18 hits.
Yes.
well done.
D8 plus 3. For 11 points of damage.
Woo! That's right, Corian.
Yeah. So, yeah, you there's a beautiful glint in the air as you swish your rapier through the night sky with its silvered edge, and it comes slashing right through his thigh. Yeah, that it hurts. You
And
know?
then-
And again, he looks down, and he's kind of, he's harried. Firebolt, slash. It's all kind of happening all at the same time.
And I dance around behind him. So I
Okay.
slash and then.
So you were here. So you've got like 5 more feet of movement.
So yes, towards his flank.
Nice footwork, Corian.
Corian,
you.
stop dancing.
Everybody foot loose.
Corian,
Loose.
focus.
Pick up your Sunday shoes. Me.
All right, this is now the Banshee's turn. So she is hovering above you guys, and she is going to fly down into your midst.
Recon says Sith Lord Baracus. Needs Sith Lord Baracus back.
Flies right here amongst you guys.
Swingy talk.
Let's see.
What's in your head?
The theme to swingy talk.
I need all of you to give me a
It's like a
Constitution saving throw. She flies down amongst you, and as she does, you see her mouth elongate on her face.
No.
And she raises her arms above her head. She grasps her hair like this. She screams and wails into the night sky. Constitution saves, all of you.
20.
18.
15.
15 as well. And we need more D6s, anyone?
I just used 3.
Yeah, we just used 2.
I didn't use any.
Thank you for those
I
D6s, everyone who has
Didn't
given.
need to.
Each
No,
of you
die.
takes 6 points of psychic damage.
What's up?
I feel like maybe we should.
Wait a minute. What's up?
Was
And she continues. She swoops down.
Oh, so we're like grabbing at our ears kind of
swoops
thing?
down, yeah, and she continues to fly up. So she's 10 feet above the ground.
I feel like we need to.
Here.
Fight by example. Whatever you think we should do.
To love, you're up.
Too late to
If I
discuss. Go for it. We'll watch
stuff
it.
in my ears, does that count as an action?
Yeah, you've got to find the stuff in your possessions.
I couldn't have
And,
been eating cheese coincidentally
I
moments earlier.
don't think so.
Alright, just checking. Alright then.
You probably do have cheese in your
We
rations in
do
your
from
pack.
the basement, and we have wax.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but it would
would-
take your action to do so.
Okay, great. Well, then I'm not going to do that. I am going to pull out my trusty short bow. And
5 seconds.
Yep, short bow. I pull it out and I aim it at the ogre.
Okay. Fire away.
19.
19 hits. So yeah, I mean, again, the way D&D works, it feels very linear. We're all taking turns, but everything that's happening right now is all happening within a 6-second window. I mean, he gets hit by fire, he gets slashed by Corian, she comes swooping down and screams, and you launch an arrow, and it's all boom, 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 all happening.
That's 7 points of damage.
7 points of arrow damage. Yeah, I mean, he's getting peppered, but, you know, in his big, lumbering, ogreish form, doesn't, you know, I mean, he's got a slash in his leg and burnt flesh on his shoulder and an arrow in his other shoulder, but, you know, no sign of slowing down for him. Baracus, you are up.
I'm going to run away.
Okay.
Okay.
A wise move.
Where are you going to run to?
I'm going to run behind. Who's those fellows over there?
This is
That's
Inark,
me.
and this is Tolov.
I'm going to run behind them about 10 feet behind them.
You could go as far as here.
Perfect. I'm going to go there.
As you do so,
Oh dear.
he will swing at you.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh, Jabby.
Jabby, thank you.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Fatola D6s.
Oh,
Thank you, Jabby.
Spoiler.
Jabby.
So
It was
nice.
my birthday.
Come on, so nice. It was Brock's birthday.
Thank you.
5d6s to Tolov.
So nice.
So nice of you, Jabby. If you'd like to
hat.
donate, every $10 is a d6 to help us survive this battle. We are also
So
going to
weird
have a
saying that.
wall
I'm a
of
man.
fame as
I'm a
well.
I'm an adult man.
I rolled a natural 20.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know.
Plunk.
So as you turn, he's, I mean, again, his attention has been on you almost the whole time.
Why?
He's getting peppered by arrows and fire. You turn to run, and he just, whoop-oof, and he brings his
Actually a Christian
A
book.
club, but it's got a
But,
ball and then
spikes on the
spikes
ball.
on the ball. Is there a chain?
There's no chain.
There's
That's-
no chain.
that's a
It's
flail.
just a big. It's just
So
a big
yeah,
ball.
raking
with
down
spikes.
across your back as you run from him. He gets you for 17 points.
17 points of damage.
17 points.
What's good?
Yeah,
What?
He's already
It's a natural
almost
20.
dead.
it's good. It's a good thing you ran away. So,
my goodness.
so you take this
I have
crushing blow to your
5
back.
hit points left.
It's a good thing you're really far away. But now you have your action. What are you going to do?
going to witch bolt him back. I'm going
Witch
to
bolt.
witch bolt him back.
Okay. So witch bolt. It's,
I'm quite dizzy.
make a ranged
You
spell
haven't even
attack.
that bandage.
5 is 12, 14, 17.
17 hits. So this is a 2d12 lightning damage.
2d12 lightning damage.
Roll well, Brockus.
4 7.
11. Okay, so he takes 11 points of damage, and you reach your hand out, and this black arc of lightning has you have now tethered it to this ogre, and for the first time, you guys notice he is affected by this.
Burping. He's burping.
And
a little indigestion.
he's shaking, and it hurts him.
It hurts
Yeah.
me too.
Which bolts hurt you?
No, my head hurts.
Oh, well, yes, because you got smacked.
It's shaking me a lot, and it's giving me a migraine.
And
It's giving me a migraine.
For the beloved Baracus D6's happy birthday.
Jabby.
I'm
Go
almost
on,
dead,
Jabby.
but thank you.
So
So
kind.
nice nice of you.
Thank you, Jabby, for considering my
Jabby, by the way,
old
we're going to be
age.
gifting you a
Something.
We are going to be gifting you a subscription, of course, because
Thank you for
Jabby already have a
understanding.
Yes, every
Oh, wait,
month.
it goes. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
I'm quite fragile with my old age.
So now it is the ogre zombie's turn.
Okay.
He swipes at you as you leave. He gets blasted by this bolt of lightning that has just shocked through him.
Nice.
And as he does so, it turns him around a bit, and he sees Corian.
That's Jabby
Oh, there you go.
Becoming.
becoming a new
He sees
subscriber.
Corian standing underneath his right armpit, and he just
Ah.
quickly, he quickly brings his flail down upon you.
Oh,
And I
come on.
sidestep it.
If you were a rogue, maybe. You are not, though. That is 17 to hit.
Oh, well, okay, that actually would hit me.
Well, it would, yeah.
It would. And it does.
It does. Okay. And you take 10 points of slashing damage.
Oh dear, this is a strong ogre.
Before we get back to the session, let's go ahead and meet some of our characters. Corian Bazelon is always ready with a fun quip to lighten the mood, and is known to burst into song at any time. He grew up in a small rough-and-tumble mining town, but his ASMR blood and musical talents set him apart from his would-be friends. Corian finally seemed to find his true calling when sent to a small, prestigious bardic school in Pite. But while there, due to a very unfortunate and ugly incident, not only did he leave the school, he left his true calling in life, and at the same time lost his one true love. What he gained in that horrific moment, however, was unwelcome indeed, the companionship of a barbarian spirit, who he struggles to keep at bay within his fractured soul. He now lives the life of a somewhat nomadic bard, hoping to entertain those around him, and just as happy to swing a sword as he is to sing a song. Just don't look too closely into his eyes, for there you may discover a sadness and a struggle you wouldn't expect.
Tolov Halvival, the undisputed greatest archer of her generation, is a mysterious rogue drow with a dark past. Her caustic personality and generally antagonistic demeanor are the armor she wears to protect her secretly sensitive soul. After escaping a horrific childhood, Tolov lived on the streets of Kenawal, where she joined a motley crew of thieves and hooligans. For several years, she traveled with this thieves' guild, working directly for the Vadu crime family, until she witnessed members of the guild engaging in unspeakably inhumane activities. In search of a fresh start, she fled to Renfeld, with nothing to her name but her trusty short bow and arrows. Somewhere along the line, Tolov gained a reputation for being obsessed with gold and trinkets. But really, she simply longs for the comfort and security she has never known. When finally she came across this merry band of misfits, she was very guarded, as it typically takes her quite a long time to trust others. She is, however, starting to warm up to her new companions, and even considers at least one of them a friend, kind of.
Baracus is a tiefling warlock that comes from a lonely past, who loves to eldritch blast his enemies. Baracus had a past life lived with a little bit of a thuggish background. He ran with a group of guys that were quite rough that he thought were his friends. After some time running with the wrong friends doing the wrong things, he finds himself in prison in a town far away. Baracus never truly was evil or malicious, just the result of a misled youth, and got too tied up with friends who truly weren't his friends. While in prison, he made himself a deal with a patron that turned him into the spellcasting warlock that he is today.
His name is Inarik. Wanderer, outcast, handsome for a hairy giant. In the last few years he's wandered alone and friendless, miles from the northern reaches of the Amber Shade Forest, a place his people simply call Amber. Yes, Inaric and his tribe are furbolgs, a type of cute, cuddly giant. Inaric stands about 8 feet tall, enormous biceps and pectorals, sometimes forgetful of his own strength. Don't ask him to pull your finger, I'm just saying. Furbolgs are natural druids, guardians of the forest. They usually keep to themselves, hidden but strong. But even as a child, Inaric didn't quite fit in. With his father as leader and chief, this often made things awkward. Though furbolgs avoid contact with outsiders, Inaric was enamored with a small troop of entertainers, taking refuge in the Ambershade Forest. Truth be told, he absorbed a little too much of their outside music, stories, and culture for his parents' taste. Ah, teenagers. Long story short, Inaric found himself banished for 10 years until he could grow up, return, and prove himself ready to lead the tribe as their rightful chief. A beast of a fighter, Inaric wields a sword called Aegis, a replica named after a hero from a play that shaped his childhood dreams. But he still seeks his family's legendary sword, Inarel, lost when his parents disappeared defending the Ambershade Forest years ago. Now, Inaric finds himself traveling with 3 adventurers, in a way, living the stories, plays, and songs he so revered as a child. But mostly, for the first time in his life, Inaric feels like he belongs.
This is quite the strong animal. Beast.
And that's his turn.
Quite the strong
Inaric,
beast.
you're up.
All right, I'm going to quickly shimmy further out of the way, away from the ogre, but still within range of this banshee wench.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah.
This way? These are trees,
Nah,
these
like,
are
you're the
rocks.
same size
Right,
as him.
just
What
as long as
gives?
I'm still in range.
You're 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35 feet away from him right now.
Right. And I'm still in range of the banshee, and I'm going to lift up my finger.
The banshee.
And I'm going to, with all my might, cast another firebolt at her face.
The zombie's face?
No, at
The banshee.
The banshee's face.
Yeah, so she's probably
I didn't
45
know
feet away
the
from
ogre was
you?
a woman.
That's within range.
That should be within range.
Okay.
Yes, 120
Okay,
feet.
great. Do it.
What are you talking about?
You have one piece of your
Ah.
body left to heal your.
Let's see. That's going to be.
So.
Oh, yes.
Marlon, Baracus, if you move any farther away, the witch bolt, by the way, will disappear.
Oh,
You have
that's
to stay
fine.
within 30
That's
feet
fine.
of it.
All right, that's going to be a 16
that's
to
not-
hit.
16 hits.
Yes.
Who'd you aim it
Right.
at? Her?
I
or
fired at the banshee.
Banshee. Okay.
The Banshee. So this is Firebolt.
Firebolt, and so I'm going to give you
What bandage
1d10
was that?
damage.
I don't remember.
We found it at the house.
10 damage.
10. Okay.
Miscellaneous healing potions.
So you quickly back up, and instead of focusing your attention on this big mass of filth, you point your hand up at this spectral lady floating in the sky. When another fireball comes searing out of your hand, it's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Splashes against your spectral form. She looks down really quickly, and she looks at you. Doesn't seem to have hurt her quite as much as you
Right.
thought, but
Right.
Rats.
it
Alright.
fired her up a little bit.
And I yell out, "Stay away from the stupid ogre. He's slow, and she can hurt us from a distance."
All right, Corian.
So I put my rapier away in my struggling after being hit so hard on the head from his thing, and I start to spin my hands around like this, and I say, "Your breath is rancid, smells like mold. On you I cast a spell of hold." I cast a holding spell on the ogre.
Oh. What's all?
I have to
you
make
used this
a what?
I
A
have
wisdom
used this
save?
before. I have to look it up.
I
But I wanted to make
think
sure
it's a
I
wisdom
said it before
save.
I
Hold person, yeah.
hold person. Yes.
So I make a wisdom saving throw. What's a DC? Your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is...
Should be at the top of your spell list, your spell page.
Spell attack bonus, spell save DC is 15.
He fails.
Yes!
I rolled an 11.
Yes!
Well
Okay.
done.
So he is held.
Yes.
And then, as an action...
So yeah, he's essentially paralyzed. So.
And then, as an action, I'm going to scamper.
Okay.
Not dance.
What direction
this
are you
time.
going?
I'm going to scamper around behind that around the see the bush that's around. I don't need to be. Do I need to directly see him to keep him held?
It's a concentration spell, but I don't think you have to have line of sight with it.
All right, I'm just going to scamper. Yes, around. Yes,
Here?
yeah. Just one more. Yes, keep going, and I'll tell you.
That's
when
a
to
rock.
Stop. I'll tell you when to stop. Yes, right there.
Ooh.
Oh, something dark seed, fractured subscriber, something dark seed. Thank you for subscribing, my friend.
Okay. So you quickly cast this spell. You whisper an odd tune, and your rhyme and arcane energy pours forth from you, and he just becomes rigid.
As I'm running around there, I say, "I'm holding him in place. Focus on the banshee." That's what I
Okay.
Aye, aye.
So he's paralyzed right now, which means attacks against him have advantage, and
We should attack him. Wait, so that just lasts
and
till you
any
hit
attack that hits within 5 feet is a critical.
What does that mean?
Critical is like a natural 20.
Oh. And
So-
how long does that last, the hold?
If he continues to fail his wisdom saving throws on each of his turn, the hold lasts for 1 minute, as long as he concentrates on it.
I forgot about that part. So may I say, I'm holding him. Take him down while you
No,
can.
I mean, you can cast other spells that aren't classified as concentration spells,
Yes.
but you can't cast other concentration spells.
Okay.
Or you can shoot or whatever. If you take damage, then you'll have to roll to see if you continue to concentrate
Right.
on the spell. So, good move. That's your turn. That brings us to
The Banshee.
Vrinlia,
Oh,
the Banshee.
yeah.
Let's see.
I am struggling over there.
Each square is 5 feet.
Each square is 5 feet.
And she's 10 feet up, right?
She is going to, yes.
Attencio Taylor, Marlin.
She's going to
Attention
continue
Taylor.
floating right where she is. And she's going to kind of hover above this scene here. And she looks out at all of you and she says, "Just lie down and welcome the embrace of my master." Yeah! And her face transforms into this terrible, horrifying visage that all of you can't help but feel the filthy, devilish, arcane presence of. And I need each of you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm hidden from her, though, aren't I? Would I see it?
Yeah.
I would see it.
Yeah.
There it is. Wisdom.
14.
Well, I mean, let me backtrack on that, Eric. No, I don't think you're in her line of sight. So
So I
you
don't
don't make
have
it.
to- Right. Well, I rolled really well, so. Yeah.
What do we got?
14.
Do it, Lana.
Can he add?
Thank you
can,
for
he
the
can do a
D6s to
D20
tell of
reroll.
everyone.
D20
On a-
reroll to a
natural
natural one. Yeah, I think we ruled that, didn't we?
I think so. You just.
Oh, you don't.
I don't remember.
You can add D6s to it.
Can I
Right?
add D6 too?
To a natural one?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think
so.
that's against the rule.
I thought it was the other way around. I don't remember.
It's been a while.
We have to figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure it out.
No, I'm gonna say right now you can re-roll that.
Oh, I don't have a reroll.
Okay. I thought you had a reroll. Okay.
No, I don't. I just have D6.
What did you get?
15.
15. Okay. So what you experience as she transforms her visage into this horrifying, devilish face is all of you feel this terrifying presence kind of overwhelm you. You don't, because can't quite see her. You two are able to kind of, dig down into your soul and kind of shrug it off. Baracus, you, however, you're overwhelmed by fear. You're terrified of her.
Oh, that's the word.
Yeah.
Oh, fear. Fear?
Do you even feel fear?
I thought I didn't. But I do, apparently.
You do. You do today. So,
I'm frightened.
Oh,
so
you're going to get a ring put on your neck.
No.
So you are scared of her.
You're getting the dreaded whole milk ring.
I'm afraid.
Okay. So
Why?
being frightened essentially just means that
You pee your little bit in the pants.
as long as she's in your line of sight, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and you can't willingly move close to her.
Oh.
On your next turn, you can roll to see if you break that fear, but right now you're very scared. Okay?
Yeah, I was already scared.
And that brings
at
us
5.
to... She's going to stay right where she is. Tolo, that brings us up to you.
I cast Chromatic Orb with acid
Okay.
On
on the Banshee.
Okay.
That kind of acid.
Oh, wait. Do I roll for that? Or do I just do it?
It's a
I think they have
ranged
to save.
spell attack. So
is it?
D20 plus your spell attack modifier. Just at the top of your spell page.
Star Wars, am I right?
Brah, Star Wars.
17.
Yo, I'm gonna be the next
17
Apple.
hits.
Yo, I'm gonna be
Nice.
the next
What
Luke.
did you say it was? Acid?
George
Okay.
Lucas.
3d8.
So roll for damage.
Nice. So let's roll one of mine as well.
So you take like a
3d8
We roll
damage.
together.
and you put it in the front of a truck, so when it snows, the flat piece of metal just
Maybe I
pushes it. It's genius.
14.
14. Okay, so you whisper in a unknown drow language under your breath as you reach your hand up towards this floating spectral creature. And issuing out of your hand like a jolt is this filthy little green essence.
Copule.
It splashes against her. She looks down at it. That's a pretty trick, my dear. And I mean, she's ghostly, and it kind of hurt her, but not a ton.
Brutal. Okay.
What was the total again?
14.
14.
She'd be powerful.
Baracus, you're up.
I'm going to run away.
Oh!
His witch
Just
bolt is
going-
still.
You want to stay where you are?
I
You
don't
wanna
need
move?
I was
no
going to
witch
run
bolt
away, but
anymore.
I...
You can.
Eldritch
Okay.
Blast is still
I'm
in
going to go
range.
back toward the milk jug.
Here?
Yeah. Please and thank you.
Is the witch bolt is
The
still.
witch bolt, I can't use the witch bolt anymore.
Well, it's still smashing him, isn't it?
It is. If you don't move, the witch bolt is still in effect, and you can
Roll for
you
damage.
can light it up
Yeah.
with 2d12, I think. That's a bonus action.
That's
Can I
bonus.
just
Do
use
it.
my healing
But-
potion now?
That I would say.
Bonus
heal and
action. If you want
bonus
to do a
action.
healing potion, that's a bonus action.
Oh, okay. So I can
Do both.
do both.
But you can't do both.
I
Oh.
can't do both.
Oh wait, he can't heal and then also witch bolt.
You can't do two bonus actions.
Oh. Well,
If you
but
want
his one.
if you want to take the healing potion for an action, I'll allow that. But
That's,
that'll
what,
be your
that's
action.
what I was thinking. Yes.
And
You wanna
then
do
the
that?
witch bolt will be my bonus action.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to do that.
Do it.
Is it a potion or is it the
Bandage.
bandage?
No, it's a potion. I have a potion.
Ooh.
Okay. So, yeah. So you pop the potion. That's
I flop.
it's 2d4 plus 2.
4. And that's
9.
and 9. Yes.
So you're just like, you got one eye looking over there as you unleash more of the lightning energy at this zombie for
flask.
2 more 2d12s, right?
Yes. But after the healing potion, do I move up in hit points or how much?
9. Well, it was 9.
What
right?
you rolled?
You
Nine.
rolled 7 plus 2.
Yeah, it was 9. Oh, I go up 9. Oh.
9.
Okay.
You get 9 back.
Oh, right.
2d4 plus 2.
I'm up to 14. So now, 2d12. 3.
Okay.
That
Oh.
left the table.
Oh no.
It was probably almost a 12 and it rolled onto a 1, didn't it?
Yeah.
So 4 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's being held, so it quadruples.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
It's
Quadruples.
science. Yeah.
Science.
There's no, like,
Science is a
normally if
lie.
you were attacking, there would be advantage,
Right.
but you're not attacking, it's already happening. So you're
Right.
just sinking more damage into it.
Science is a lie.
Okay. All right, and
about
that brings us to his turn, and he is held, paralyzed, can't do anything, so he's going to roll to see if he can come out of it. Wisdom save.
That's it. For
That's a
my
9.
spells.
So he's still frozen.
Nice.
He's in his lame duck zombie way, unable to break it. That brings us to Anaric.
All right. I dig my heels in and I spin my sword around a bit and I start running towards him. Full speed with my sword, ready to slash, and on the way I say, Corian, would you inspire me when you get a chance? And then I swing the sword as hard as I can within 5 feet, right?
Sure.
For extra damage.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes.
And I get to do the attack with advantage, correct?
Yes, you do.
All right.
If I can get him over there.
Oh, yes. That's going to be... that's going to be 20 to hit.
That hits.
in the house.
And
Jay Salisbury in the house.
that is going to be 1d8 plus 4 twice.
9.
That's going to be 8 damage. And because I'm in range of the hold, it's an
It's a
automatic
crit.
critical.
It's a crit,
So I'm
so
gonna roll
just add
again.
the max. So the way we do crits is it's a homebrew rule where normally you roll the damage you roll the damage dice twice, but I like to maximize it a little bit more. So one of the rolls is going to be max. So it's 8 plus whatever you just rolled.
All right. Right, so I rolled a 4.
So 12 damage
But
plus.
I have a plus 4 for each strike, right? My modifier is plus 4.
Yeah, so that'd be 16.
Nicely done, Inari.
Yeah, 16
Right.
damage.
Slash it on through him.
Yeah, so you come barreling at this guy. Ah! Sword held high. He's an easy target. He's not moving, and he's stuck like this, and you cut right across his lower chest.
Poor guy.
Slice him right open, and there's just like dead ichor and guts come pouring out.
And I yell, Corian, you better hold him well because he's not going to be happy with me when he wakes up.
Is that your turn?
Let's see.
So moving towards him.
I'm going to... I mean, he looks pretty wounded.
Yeah, I mean he's cut up and burnt and sliced and yeah, he's quite a bit more hurt than he was before.
All right, I'm going to use my action surge while everything's stacked up in my favor, and I'm going to swing again.
Do it with advantage.
Nice.
Right, so I'm going to... steady my feet, knowing that he's not coming at me, and I just swing around to my dominant side, and even without advantage, it's going to hit, because that's an...
See if you get a nat 20. Well, it's a crit anyway.
Why not, right?
It's a crit anyway, so it doesn't matter.
All right, so, 15 was the lower one, and then damage is going to be...
It's the same. Just roll once and add an 8 to it.
Right. Oh! So that's going to be 5 plus 8
13.
for 13.
Another 13 points of damage.
Wow.
Consistent.
Okay. Yeah. So you just did 30 points of damage.
Jeez. Inari.
Your giant, longsword, just carving this thing up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
It comes from the biceps and from the hips, people.
Right. Right. And as you do this, you can hear the banshee above you screaming in frustration. But she's got a whole group to deal with. So, Corian, you were up.
And I can attack with a sword while I'm holding the... Right? All right. So I take my silver-bladed rapier again and come towards his back and slash at his spinal column.
Do it.
Ooh, girl.
That's right, girl. 14,
you, Jack.
19 to hit.
Hits.
And so it's 1d8 plus 3, so it's 8 plus another roll, right?
Yes.
So 8 plus 8, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 points of damage.
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Dang.
Okay. Yeah. So you come up to him, and you just your rapier goes flashing again, silvery through the night sky, and you poke right through his lower back, and I mean the tip of it is like carving out through the front of his belly.
And as it's going, I say, look at your reflection, Inaric. In the tip of the silver.
Yeah.
Tip.
Is that your bardic inspiration?
And yes.
So inspiring.
Yes.
So you
And
get
I watch the tip and I'm like, that's amazing. Yes, I feel stronger.
And then I'm going to move another 10 feet again back around that. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So you have my bardic inspiration, Inaric.
Okay.
Well delivered. With your actions.
Go.
And what is that? Is that a D6 or is it a D8?
It's a D6.
D6.
Yes.
It should go up to a D8
Oh.
sometime.
I think it's still a D6.
Yeah.
We're
At
level
this
4
I
still,
thought
right?
I thought it was a D.
You are level
We are level 4.
4. I don't know. That might be a D8.
Is it?
I don't know.
I'll
I
look
don't
it up.
remember reading that it was a D8. Does anyone in the chat know?
I can look it up.
Anyone in the chat know?
I'll look it up while
Dungeons
you
and Dragons.
Okay.
DM.
So,
Banshee.
the Banshee.
Banshee. Sounds like a four-wheeler.
She
Probably
is,
A Banshee.
Yeah, did you take the Banshee there, dude?
Yo, check out my two-stroke Banshee.
yeah, she's,
to the
she,
roast, dude.
you come flying up, you do this devastating slash into the zombie. And she's particularly focused. Her ire is particularly focused on you. And so she comes swooping down right at you. You're the gorgeous one who
I am gorgeous.
rebuffed her advances.
And as she's doing, I blow her a kiss.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cheeky.
Now he's
At
Yeah,
level
yeah, yeah.
5.
Making it way.
At
Level 5, it
you
goes to
go up
D8. Great, thank you.
So she comes slashing down at you with these two wicked hands with curved talons.
Oh.
No, he's using a D6 reroll.
17 to hit.
Ah, you son of a gun. 14. You hit.
You take 18 points of necrotic damage. She comes flying into you. And she just
I'm sorry, how much?
she just
Necrotic
slashes
damage?
right both hands right through your
Oh.
chest. And you feel this like waning of your soul as she cuts through you.
How are we gonna kill her?
Maintain that concentration.
Yes, can I? Does that-
Now you roll to see if you maintain concentration.
All right.
D20 roll. Straight D20.
Best friend.
10 or above, you keep it.
I need you more than
12.
you know, best friend.
You take this deep-seated, soul-crushing damage from her slashes, but somehow you're barely able to maintain your focus on keeping that
Best
ogre
friend, I
stuck and
need
paralyzed.
you.
I'm barely holding on, everyone.
She's gonna stay where she is. Tolov, you're up.
I cast Chromatic Orb on the ogre.
Okay, ranged spell attack.
Best friend.
Best friend.
20.
Say again?
20.
20 hits.
Well done.
Nice.
What type of damage are you using?
Poison.
Ooh. Poison.
Poison.
Just-
So it's 3d8.
Poison.
How do you kill it?
Do you want to use mine?
Quit pushing your dice. Maybe I should use it.
7 points.
7.
Of poison.
Okay. Yeah. So you reach out, and once again, you let out like an arcane curse in a drow language. This misty, purplish, greenish
Pigeon
substance.
Rat, subscribing again. Pigeon Rat with Prime.
Welcome, Pigeon Rat.
All his models on display.
Yes.
By the way, and yeah, so this poisonous stream flies out of your fingertips and splashes over his form. He's frozen, so he's unable to like recoil or anything. But you can't sense any real damage that happens.
What?
This poison wouldn't hurt an inanimate object.
Why?
Oh, nothing.
You determine very quickly that he is immune to poison.
Rats.
So
Pigeon Rats.
pigeons, rats.
Well, that was a waste of
almost
it. Yeah.
You're gonna move. You're gonna stay where you are.
I'm gonna pout, but from where I am.
Okay. Baracus, you are up.
Oh my.
The
Okay.
witch bolt still exists.
No,
Sure
it does.
does.
It does?
It sure does.
But my spell slots.
You're not using spell slots. You used it only the one time when you sunk it in.
Oh, so
You're just maintaining.
who's next to me right now?
I am.
Oh, okay. Well, safe distance. Well, so then I'm going to roll for more damage with my witch bolt, of course. Of course.
One would.
Everyone, yeah, might as well.
Yeah, it lasts for a minute, as long as you concentrate on it.
Alright.
So,
You're
and you
the
stay
emperor.
within 30 feet.
Might
So,
as well.
Be the Emperor.
yeah.
You're ready? Better than last time. 10.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Very well robed, Baracos.
No, my God. 4. 14.
14. Okay.
How do I kill it?
And I just reread it real quick. My bad. It takes your action, but that doesn't negate any of the previous action on other turns.
How do I?
So yeah, you once again you pump more crackling lightning energy from your hand into this thing. I mean, his flesh at this point is searing and crisping and curling up, and he's just taking more damage than you think he can. 14, you said, right?
Dead. How do I kill it?
How do you kill it?
How do I kill it?
How do you kill it?
This thing's a beast.
How do you kill it?
So
And as you push your will through your hand into this lightning, pumping into his body, slowly what you see happen, his legs burn out from underneath him, and his body collapses onto the ground, crackling, misting. His flesh is crispy and burned.
He's dead, right?
Baracus, do not
dead,
eat
right?
the ogre.
As you have defeated the ogre.
Yes.
Hector NH99, thanks for being here. You
Roll
just
to
saw
see if
Marlon
you are
Baracus kill
afraid
the
anymore.
Beast.
Oh yes. And what is that? 20?
It's it's a wisdom saving throw.
You can do it.
10.
You're still scared.
Plus, yeah.
Plus one.
Oh yeah, plus 11.
Still scared. He is dead.
Even though I killed an ogre, I'm terrified.
What did I just do?
What
You're
have
up.
I
And
done?
Arik, you're up.
All
I'm
right.
going to go to prison for this. I'm such a scoundrel.
I'm maintaining my distance still, although it's not like it matters that much.
DJ
She's
Smith.
down on the ground, right?
Welcome,
is ground
DJ
level.
Smith,
All right.
and everyone who is here with the DJ Smith hosting with 7 people. DJ Smith, you're the
Hey,
man.
welcome.
Thank you. You know what, DJ Smith? We are going to gift DJ Smith a subscription. DJ Smith, we're going to gift you a subscription if you comment in the chat, because you have come.
Joined us for some 5th
a number
edition
of
D&D.
times. A number of times.
Yeah,
DJ
thank you.
Smith. Thank
Welcome.
you, DJ Smith. And Brooke A. Gibson, welcome.
And all
to our
those who
Dungeons
come
and
with him,
Dragons.
welcome as well. We're playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons.
And we're in the middle of a battle with a banshee.
Yes.
All right.
And Arik, you are up.
So I charge at the banshee with my sword, not knowing if it's going to have any effect or not, and I say, "I'll buy you some time, Corian."
Okay.
And I swing at her with all my might, but precisely with
You have Bardic Inspiration.
That's right. I won't need it to hit because I've got a 22.
22 hits.
22. And I can only use the Bardic Inspiration on attack rolls and saving throws, correct?
I think you can use it on anything.
Great.
Ability checks.
All right.
Yep.
So that's going to be... I'm going to do 10 damage.
10
slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, she's...
That's our gifted subscription to DJ Smith
excellent.
for always hosting us with so many great viewers. Thank you, everyone. And it's free to follow.
Free to
by the
follow.
way. It's free to follow. Just click the heart.
So you know, her attention, in all of her swirling, inky, purple strangeness, is focused on Corian. You come rushing up behind her, stomping over the form of this dead beast in front of you. You bring your sword, and it just kind of... It slashes through her, and you see her react in a small way, and there's some small measure of her form that seems to be affected and dissipate, but not much. Yeah.
All right. Distraction was the main goal, because you're almost dead, right?
Possibly.
Well, that brings us to Corian. It's your turn.
Question.
You didn't use that Bardic Inspiration, right?
I did not.
Okay.
If I try to go away from her, is she focused on me? Will she have an attack of opportunity?
Yes, she will.
She will. Right. Then I am going to use. I'm going to reach around to my lute and strum on my lute as I cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
Oh.
So I will cast a Healing Word on myself at a level 2, at a level 2 spell.
Okay.
I will cast a level 2
Healing Word at level 2,
which I can look up. I should have looked up already.
Healing Word at level 2.
What?
Yes,
it increases it by a D4. So it's already 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier, so now it's 2d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Impressive that you could do that behind your back.
Thank you very much.
This is a bonus action.
3, so 4 plus my. Sorry, what is it? It's 4
plus charisma bonus.
Charisma, thank you. 8. That helps.
So you heal. So you quickly, strum behind you from your hanging instrument, and musical arcane healing energy envelops you as you ready yourself to.
As I read it myself.
Bonus
Yes, bonus action. As I read it myself, I had the rapier in one hand because I just tried to gut.
Yeah.
So I tried to shove it right through a gut.
Do it.
It's silver, right?
It's been silvered.
Right.
Yeah.
What was our rule about a natural one?
Oh no.
I think we were saying you could re-roll it.
I'm going to re-roll it.
But you couldn't add to
I
it.
didn't.
Right. Oh, son of a gun. 8.
8 does not hit.
But it looked good.
So
Not
yeah,
really.
so being distracted somewhat by concentrating on your spell, you don't quite find purchase with your rapier. So
And I'm going to stay right there.
stay right where you are. All right. It is now her turn. She's
What did I do?
she is.
By the way, gang, Matt is using the Elder Wand there as a pointer / pusher.
If you are a Harry Potter fan, there is an Elder Wand
fantastic.
that is using.
So in response to this slash and your arcane efforts, she doesn't quite reach back to brandish her claws once again, but you see her once again revert her form into this dreadful face that is terrifying. You two don't see it because you're through the trees, directly out of the line of sight.
Goodness.
But you two are right in her face. I need you both to give me Wisdom saving throw.
Good luck, gentlemen.
You'll
you
need
gotta
it.
see it. You gotta watch it.
Let's use my bardic
I
inspiration
will.
there.
Ah.
I worry that
Have
it's
you-
one of those movies that if you didn't see it, like.
Thank you, Jabby, for those
the
dice,
nostalgic
Jabby. I
copy
appreciate
of,
it.
like, your childhood.
No,
18.
it's still good.
Okay.
It's still good.
Jabby, thank you,
You
Jabby.
just rolled 3 1s on extra d6s.
No!
Jabby just said, LOL, yes, labyrinth.
Yeah!
Jabby.
You remind me of the babe.
What's up, Brooke Gibson?
You max out at 4.
Max out of 4.
You do.
You do.
Uh,
remind me of the babe.
wait.
My baby.
Dude, R.I.P. Rest in peace.
Yeah, you've seen that movie, right?
David
Okay.
Bowie.
So she
Thank you for the bardic
she
inspiration.
rips out this terrifying visage, and for a moment it's shocking to both of you, but once again you dig deep, and you're able to shrug off this enveloping feeling of dread that tries to overcome you.
By the way, thank you so much to everyone who is donating to the stream. It's not expected, but it is certainly appreciated.
It's
also in
it's
the
keeping us
gameplay because
alive.
it's keeping us alive.
Yes.
So thank you so much for donating to the stream. If you'd like to donate to the stream, there is a donate panel down below if you're watching on a PC. If you're watching on a device, you can click on the other tab, and that's where you can see the donate panel.
And she's going to just fly straight up
Whoa.
away from both of you. Both of you get attacks of opportunity against her as she just goes whoosh, and she elevates 20 feet really quickly in the air. Both of you get a slash at her as she does so.
Oh, yes. For 19.
Roll for damage.
21.
Roll for damage.
Nice. 7.
Get her, get her.
6.
Okay.
13 points of damage.
And our
So-
blades are so close, we just tap.
So she cries out in a bit of pain as you slash through her. Oh, sorry. As you both kind of in synchronicity, slash through her, whiffs of her form dissipating. She cries out, but she elevates. It's time for all of you to join me in death.
Oh, bro.
Tolov, you're up.
Nuclear.
I pull out my short bow.
Okay.
You're going down, Banshee. I say to no one in particular.
Son of a banshee.
She's going down, down, in and nearly around.
26.
26 hits.
Oh! And what is it?
Sugar, we're going down swinging.
10 points of damage.
Shot. Tolov.
Yeah, so as soon as she elevates up out of the tree line, you have a perfect shot of her lit by the moonlight sky. And this arrow, it whistles right through her. She exclaims in a little bit of what you would assume is pain, being kind of a ghostly figure. Hurts her a little bit, but a shot right through the center.
But your pride is hurt too, isn't it?
It's getting there. That brings us to Baracus.
Yeah, okay.
So you're still frightened of her.
I'm still
So you
frightened,
can't get
I'm
any
not
closer to
going
her.
Any closer. So I'm going to Eldritch Blast from that distance.
Okay.
I should be able to reach from that distance with Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast is...
Yes, you can, but you will do so with disadvantage because you're still kind of scared of her.
I
think I'll blast you.
I think I'll blast you. I think I'll Eldritch Blast.
So ranged spell attack with disadvantage.
Oh dear. What does disadvantage... What is this?
Roll twice and take the lower of the two rolls.
Oh. 6. What, 11.
Is it plus 5? Is that your
Yeah,
ranged
plus
spell
5,
attack?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 14 and then plus 5 is...
So the lower of the two was 11?
19.
D6.
The lower
The lower of the two was 11.
11.
Yeah.
Where was
Roll a
11?
6.
19 and 11. Ah.
You
19
caught
and
it
12.
from me.
Ah! 19 and 12 plus 5.
Okay.
Whatever.
17.
That
17.
hits.
Can't do math.
Baracus is
Well
a
done.
little too scared for
I-
mathematics.
That
Yeah, I
hits
can't-
for 1d10 force damage.
Oh, no.
He's so afraid of doing any damage to
yeah.
him whatsoever.
Is that another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I look back at him to see where the spell is coming from, and I can see he's just kind of terrified and shaking.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of cowering. You point your finger at her, and this little bolt of forceful dark energy flies from your hand. I mean, it smashes right into her, and she recoils in pain. And it doesn't whistle through her like the arrow did. I mean,
Ooh.
it hits her and thumps her good right in
Ooh.
the chest.
What did you use?
Eldritch
Roll,
Blast.
give me a wisdom saving throw. See if you're still scared.
Ooh.
It does force damage.
10.
10 total.
Yes.
You are still frightened.
Okay. I'm going to run behind that tree.
Okay. You can do that. You're cowering just a little bit. You might have peed your pants just a small amount.
Oh, no. I don't have a change of clothes.
That brings us to an Auric.
All right. I am going to
She
cast.
is 20 feet above you.
Even though I'm still holding my sword, I start casting Chromatic Orb, building a little wispy ball, and I launch it up towards her.
Okay. Ranged spell attack.
And that's going to be 19 to hit.
19 hits.
All right, and then it's 3d8. Come on.
What type of damage are you choosing?
Lightning. I hope that's
Okay.
a good choice. 5, 8,
13,
and 3.
16. So, this little 4-inch ball of crackling lightning energy flies from your hand and hits her and fizzles out as it goes through her form. 18, you said? What was it? 13?
13, I believe.
5.
13.
5, 8, and 3, right?
Yes, that's 16.
16. 8. Okay. Yeah.
I just laid the
Baracus's
smack down.
Eldritch Blast smashed into her really strongly. And Fanatic Deeds! Oh, come on, Fanatic Deeds!
Master Darth Baracus, return from your slumber.
Fanatic Deeds. With a $20 donation.
You are
Come
scared.
on, Deeds.
How much was that?
$20.
Thank you so much.
That is a
Beautiful.
fractured soul. That is our fractured soul donation, by the way.
If that's how he wants to use it.
Yeah,
Or
I think
she.
he.
Yeah.
I think
wants
so.
Darth
So Fanatic
Baracus.
Deeds wants Darth Baracus, the fractured soul of Darth Baracus, to return.
Okay.
I think he's here already.
Yes.
So
now.
amazing, Fanatic Deeds. Come on, man.
The Sith Warlord is coming out. Still a little scared, though.
Still a little scared.
Still a little scared.
May I ask something?
Yes.
How I have 3 bardic inspirations that I can give out in between long rests.
Yes.
What frequency can I do that? Like,
I
I can just do it whenever, right?
It's a bonus
Whenever.
action, right?
and I can do it whenever. Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah, like there's no waiting between short rests or anything like that.
Okay, great.
I mean, I think. Do you have cutting words also? I feel like
I have vicious mockery. I do not have the cutting word spell. No.
no, that's not a spell. It's a feature. Let me look it up real quick. Bards.
Because I have vicious mockery, but I have cutting words as a bonus. This is something I should know.
This is something I should actually absolutely know about my bard. If anyone would like to tell me whether or not it cuts like a knife.
I might be thinking of something else.
Cuts like a knife.
And it feels so right. We've got a couple of songs, by the way, once we are done with this. Dragon
Yes.
Face.
I'm thinking of something
A song
else.
about dragons, and it's a song from Jabby about Inaric. Right, okay, so I'm up.
You are up.
I'm up. So I strum my lute again.
Now Nice.
And I take my two hands and I start to go like this. And I say to this flying spectral lady, I say, "You want us to go to your demon master? Well, that doesn't matter. But maybe you should go as I cast my shatter." And I reach my hands up to cast shatter at her.
Okay.
Corian, you rhymed.
What do I have to do?
So shatter is... I cannot even read this because of this lighting. This lighting makes it a little difficult for me.
60 feet. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on where you send it must make a con save.
Con save, and then it's 3d8.
This is thunder damage, yeah?
Which I feel like
con save. That is a 4.
That does not. Then that will.
That is not save.
That does not save. So, 8, 3, 6, 17.
Ooh! Wow. Okay. So yeah, you form this little field of thunderous something, arcane energy within your hands. You send it out, and it detonates right on her form, and there's this like rippling thunderous motion that you can see through the air as her wispy ghostly form shimmers and shakes a little. And she takes this damage and looks down at you and, "Beautiful one, why?" How much damage was that? 17 you said? I think you said 17.
Yes. 8,
Okay.
3, and 6. 17.
Okay. Her form is quite a bit less corporeal as it was when you first encountered her.
And I say, your ogre master is gone. Would you like to stop?
There is no stopping, and stop referring to that filth as my master. He's my murderer. As she swoops down on you.
Oh.
Very effective murderer. Well, why did I do that? Why did I do this? I don't know why I did this.
Claws brandished, she comes down on you again.
55 points of damage.
55.
Necrotic damage.
It's a natural 20.
Oh! Yikes.
D20 reroll.
Yeah.
Bye, Corian. It's been real.
23 points of slashing damage.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
Are you?
Well, as I start falling to the
Describe how you
ground,
die.
I say, "Beautiful beast, why? I thought we'd be beautiful together." And I fall back onto the ground, unconscious.
I wish you were close enough that I could catch you and lower you softly to the ground.
Buddy.
She looks at you with a hungry glint in her eye. And that brings us to love.
Pull out my short bow again. Aim it at her stupid head.
Ooh, good roll.
Oh, yes. 25.
Hits. Her AC's 12.
Well, then
She's not wearing any armor. She's ghostly.
Oh, come on. 6 points of damage. Maybe I should use
So, just as it did before, your arrow is true right to the middle of her form. As it flies right through her. Parts of her wisp away, but not a lot. She looks down.
That was for your dead boyfriend. I yelled to no one in particular.
All right. Baracus, you're up.
Yeah.
Sith Warlord Baracus.
I'm quite terrified, but I'm going to step slightly out from behind the tree and cast an eldritch blast.
Are you?
Okay. Do it. With disadvantage because you're scared of her.
Ooh. What, 16?
You need to roll again.
Yeah, roll it again.
21.
I forgot to give
Another high roll.
Ah!
Oh!
22.
Ooh.
So we'll take the
Alright.
21.
Take the
Hits.
Well done.
That hits.
And how does?
Oh no.
And how would Darth Baracus do that?
Scared Darth Brock.
Scared Darth
There's a lot going on
Baracus.
here.
1d10 damage.
It's a layered performance.
7?
7 points of force damage. So you step out from behind this tree. The fear continues to wash over you. Somehow you find the wherewithal to unleash energy.
You ran to
Thunderous force energy.
the ground. That's a way.
Boom! It slams into her once again.
So straight.
She cries out into the night. It didn't, like it did before, it wasn't that it wisped through her form much like a sword or an arrow has done. Your black, devilish energy tears right into her. It shreds her. She's not dead, but, or gone, I should say, but she is not looking good at all.
Ooh.
Might I see if I'm still afraid?
Yes, and now that you've your Darth Sidious or whoever you are, roll your wisdom save with advantage.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Deeds.
As
dark
some
side.
Thank you,
some
Fanatic
strange
Deeds.
otherworldly kind of mystical forces, shoring up your psyche. So roll twice, take the higher of the two.
17.
You shrug off this fear that has enveloped you for the past minute.
Fanatic Deeds, Darth Baracus.
No more milk.
No more whole milk. Uh-oh.
I want to see things die.
That was very impressive, Matt.
Thank
That
you.
was like a carnival trick.
Do you want to go faster? Let me hear. No, never mind. I've been a carny rat before, so. What does that bring us to? In Arik, you are up.
All right. I'm going to take a few steps backwards.
Okay.
I'm going to, with one hand, throw my sword into the ground.
Okay.
Ready both hands in the air. And with all my might, I'm going to cast Witch Bolt from both hands.
Okay. All right.
Witch Bolt. I
Certainly
forgot you had
do.
Witch Bolt.
He has Witch Bolt too.
I don't use it very often.
I'm not sure you've ever used it.
I
think
may
once.
not have.
I think we used it when he was gone.
It's an attack roll. It is an attack
It's a
roll.
ranged spell attack. Yeah.
This is quite awkward.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, crit! Natural 20!
All right.
Now we're talking.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, everyone.
That's you're casting it at first level, so it's what, 1d12?
Yes.
1d12 lightning damage.
I don't care.
That's going to be a 6.
Plus 12.
12.
So it's 18 plus your spell attack modifier, which is
Spell attack modifier
Top right.
4.
I don't care.
6,
12,
18. 18, 22, halved to 11 because she's resistant to lightning damage.
Ah.
Still does it. How do you want to do this?
Oh, yes, an
All right.
Arik. And
So-
I go, in Arik, as I'm lying there.
I don't care for your Witch Bolt.
I double down. I say, this is for my friends, you son of a banshee. And I,
He's a banshee.
And she looks at you.
Give it all
I'm a
my-
woman. And her form just evaporates and splits into countless shards of wispy shapes as you blast through her ghostly form, leaving you with nothing but the quiet of the night, strangely.
Yay! Seems like a good time.
I'm going to
for a
use my
song for
bond with my sword
does.
to call it back to my hands. I've never used it before.
What's that again?
What?
I have my bond with my sword. It comes back to me.
Okay.
right?
I don't know.
It literally flies back to your
It
hands.
comes instantly back to my hands.
Old magnet
What
hands.
feature is that? That's awesome. I love it. So
Right. It's part of the.
Just made it up.
Yeah. And I have
I mean, I could look
12
at
feet strength.
because I'm bonded
And
to it.
I have
I think
a
it
Thanos
teleports to my
fist.
hand whenever I call.
okay, great.
I'll look it up to make sure.
Okay, no, we'll look it up and we'll take care of that later.
A sheath it.
It tears up through the earth and lands in your hand, and you're not like you're like I mean,
Right.
fully expected.
And is there anybody in the chat want to suggest a nice little action hero tagline for me to say after dispatching the banshee?
Yes, what would be a Narik's action hero tagline?
That's the first request.
Now,
of that kind I think
Jabby
we've
requested a
We
song. I'm not sure if the song was by Inarik or about Inarik.
I think I said I wanted to do a song tonight,
Oh,
and I
so
think
the-
she was
so
kind enough to
saying
help
Inarik do the
to
song.
make sure it was on.
Well, I think then.
But
might be a
Jabby
good
also
time.
says pew pew, and that might be the perfect. Perhaps it's like sword comes back, pew pew.
that was a
Like
comment.
Kirby and
That was a
going
comment
back.
before you asked for that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not-
Oh,
but
that's
if you want to
great.
use
Fanatic
it, you can.
Have you seen Endgame?
I haven't.
That's my
No,
talent.
that's his
Oh, that's your
tagline. It's not-
tagline.
It's his tagline.
I think that might have just
Suggest
been a
not
reference because
I
we were
hope
doing
that's not a
Snap
spoiler
earlier.
for me that I haven't seen it.
All right.
Asking.
It's not.
It's his tagline.
Oh, okay.
In
That's right.
Endgame, they all go pew pew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They fight. That's the most spoiler I can
All
give
right.
you.
I run over to Corian.
Yes, Corian is down.
Unconscious.
He is.
All right.
He's down, and the damage you take is you took was like necrotic damage. So there's no real like.
So I don't have like cuts and
No, you don't.
bleeding. I'm not
You
bleeding.
don't. It's like
Just
but my
internally.
mind is
your
bleeding.
mind and soul were like assaulted.
And I roll him over, and I see his face and say, "My goodness, she's right. You are beautiful." As if I'm noticing for the first time.
Okay.
All right, anybody have a potion or something, something that we can use to heal our friend?
I do not.
I don't
Baracus,
think I do either.
do you have any bandages or something?
I don't think I didn't see them.
I thought you had one strip left, but I don't. Could be wrong.
Yes.
I slap his face gently.
Strip left.
Come on, good buddy.
It doesn't do anything.
I slap him a little harder.
I mean, he's
That feels not so bad.
fully unconscious. Give me a death saving throw.
Wonderful.
We really do need some healing potions and such.
15. Do I add anything to it? 15.
15 is a save.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay.
So we have to do it 2 more times, right?
Yeah, in the midst of whatever it is you guys are doing. I mean, you can make a medicine check to see if you stabilize him,
Okay.
which, I mean, in this case, because he's not really bleeding out, it's more of a, I don't know, it's more of a cold compress and making him
A
comfortable.
kind word whispered in his ear.
Yeah.
A gentle caress.
It's,
of his
an
beautiful
interesting
hairline.
situation because he's not dying because of any outward damage to his body. He's
I'm dying on the
he's
inside.
he's dying because his soul was assaulted by an unnatural creature.
All right. I'm going to do a medicine check
Okay.
while whispering into his ear. Don't leave us, my friend. We need you.
You have a medicine modifier, skill modifier.
But it was a natural one.
Ah, brutal.
Do I accidentally slap him in
Goodbye,
the face?
Corian. It's been real.
You just don't do well.
I don't know how to get this medicine kit open. Can anybody
Brackus,
help?
don't you have a magical thing that is like a bandage of healing or something?
Yeah, he had.
That's what we keep saying.
you
We
had-
has one strip
You had
left.
like a roll of it, and
There was a roll that was worth 3. I remember.
yeah,
I'm going
we
to go
used-
with you guys on this.
You used 2 of them.
Yes.
Yes, we had one left.
We all
I
recall
believe there
that.
was 1 left.
You can
But
have
you
it.
don't have the card for it.
No, I have these 2 cards.
I don't think we.
Don't
got a
think it was-
No,
card.
it was something we found at the shack.
It was after Peggy. It was
Yeah,
after dealing
I
with
don't
Peggy.
think there was a
I don't
card
remember
that
a
was
card
given.
for
for
it.
it.
Oh, no?
Are you
I
pretty
just
sure there was
see
a card
healing
given?
potion.
Really? I don't recall. recall that either.
Yeah.
Well,
it would have been it would there were 3 bandages.
Yep.
And each of them acted like a a mild healing potion. Like a healing potion is 2d4 plus 2. It was a 1d4 plus 2. But it's a bandage, but it was also infused with weird hag healing magic. So.
I hate when that happens.
So it's
Weird hag.
It's gone.
No, I mean,
if I make 2 more saving throws in a row,
then you're not dying.
Then I stabilize.
I have healing potion.
I'm pretty confident I'm going to.
You can stuff the healing potion down his throat. You can use you can wrap his
it
forehead in
unlimited
the
though?
bandage.
'Cause you
your
used
healing
it.
potion.
Is it a one-time thing?
Yeah.
The healing potion?
Yeah, it's a potion. You just
Or
drink
the
it.
bandage is a one-time thing.
The potion.
The potion's a one-time
Yes,
thing.
you drank your healing potion already.
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should erase it from your.
Yeah. You don't have it anymore.
I don't have it anymore at all. Like, if I go to bed, I don't get it.
I think I'm going to be okay.
The healing potion? No, you consumed it. It's
What?
Gone.
It's gone. Man. Well, that's that.
I think Corian's dead, everyone.
No.
How could someone so beautiful die?
There goes my
Wow,
healing potion.
such
Give me a
love
death saving throw.
blossoming.
Yep.
What's up with the bandage? Can we get him a bandage?
Uh-oh, that's a natural 1.
Okay, that's 2 fails.
Can we get him?
So you have a success and 2 fails.
Can we
Yeah?
give him a bandage?
You
I
need
have a
how many?
success and 2 fails.
How many do you need?
Does anybody else want to try and stabilize
Can
him?
we give him
How
a
do
bandage?
we do that?
What's
I'll
going
try.
on?
What
Yeah,
do
I
I
mean,
need?
you have the healing bandage if you want
Okay,
to wrap
I'm
his
trying.
forehead.
Yeah,
in it.
let me use the
I'm
healing
trying to
bandage.
stabilize.
I wrap him with a healing bandage.
Okay.
Oh.
So
think
Baracus
you're
comes
meant
over
to-
to you desperately with his weird
Best friend, I need
hag.
you.
This thing is ugly and it smells and it has like bits of old food on it and stuff. But
I would say hold your breath first.
But you are
unconscious.
you are quite sure that it holds strange healing magic because you've used it on yourself before.
Yeah.
You wrap his forehead in it.
First friend.
Roll 1d4 and add 2 to it.
1d4 and 2 to that. That is a 3 plus 2 is 5.
So yeah, you wrap him, and it takes a few minutes, but his condition changes, and the mild enchantment found within this strange piece of filthy cloth finds its way into your soul.
Oh,
and
so startling.
and you stir, now having 5 hit points. But you're in rough shape. I mean,
I come back conscious.
You do.
And this was psychic damage, right?
This is necrotic damage.
Right.
I use
To
the
the
power.
psyche. So I come back.
To like,
Oh, what has happened? Why was all... Corian, he could not keep me at bay. But it's... Oh, look at all of you, for peoples.
Somehow he's not so pretty anymore.
I get released and look at there is no waiting for making a funny, happy smashing time. You take care of little ghost lady?
Yes, without your help.
Oh, blame me, don't blame me. Blame boy Wonder who keeps me at bay.
Well, you were both napping, so.
No, I try to take care of lady. She, one time Rotten Peggy told me about banshees.
Oh,
No.
cool. What'd she
No.
say?
They're good companions.
Oh,
Did not look like good companions.
no.
Alright, well, no more excitement here. I'm going to take little nappies. Take care, everyone.
Good night.
And then Corian's eyes close. He
Forever?
falls asleep.
okay.
How
Okay.
are you back in the
No, yeah. Well, yeah.
So
It goes
Corian
to-
has-
You don't go negative.
Oh, okay.
Fallen peacefully asleep. How do the rest of you continue? What do you do?
Are we-
It's like midnight.
Well, since my first friend has fallen asleep, I'm going to snuggle up right next to him.
Okay. I mean, your fire and your pack horse are back there. you want to drag him over there? You want to
Oh.
snuggle up right next to him here? What do you want to do?
About that. Okay.
Maybe Inaric can put him on his back.
Yes, we're putting this one on you. You have to pick him up and take him.
Easily done. Pick him up. Throw him over my shoulder. A gentle caress of his hand.
What's going on
All
here?
right.
I didn't realize he was so beautiful.
Lovely.
I'm not sure I meant to go that direction.
Why?
I mean,
Why are you saying this
it's
now?
beautiful.
And as I'm carrying him, I say, Torlov, there was something said right before the battle. I thought as the Banshee was making threats at us and said something nasty about me, I thought I heard you call me your first friend.
Yes, that is what I said.
That means a lot.
It's just a fact. These two were not my friends when it came down to it.
So that means you haven't had any before this.
My first friend here.
Oh, okay.
I know what you mean. They
They're-
can both be a little, you know.
Terrible.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
That's
What?
hard to believe.
What?
I'm just saying.
What? Anyway, Inaric, yes, you are my first friend.
Yeah.
Here. I don't have
Yes.
time to say here all the time. It's just
Right,
implied.
I
I
understand.
think
I'm very
that's-
busy.
That means a lot. As you know, I haven't had many friends in my life.
I think her body language says she's lying.
What?
Let's get Corian over to the rest of our thing.
To our mule.
Our
Right.
mule. Our
Does it seem safe enough to light a fire and stuff?
You already had a fire lit.
Okay. And there's still probably smoldering remains of
Probably.
Mr.
Yeah.
Ogre. All right, so we
It-
prop him up around
I don't think
the
it would
fire.
take too much effort to shore it up and to make it a stronger fire if you wished
All right.
for the night.
Make it a stronger fire. Make sure Corian's in there nice and close
Okay.
and warm.
What do you want to do for the night?
Should we get a nighttime lullaby?
I think that's what we should do.
I'm so the Sith.
This is thanks to Jabby.
For the night, it comes so cold as Corian sleeps, so old, and with his beautiful face, I hope he heals well. Yes, with his beautiful face, I hope he heals. Heals. 'Cause we are friends, yes, we are friends. 'Cause we are friends, yes, we are friends. Yes, we are friends. Yes, we are friends. It was a little out of tune, but we just had a battle, so that's to be expected.
It was
night,
beautiful,
Corian.
Inaric.
Thank you. You have a beautiful voice, Torlov. Would you like to sing one?
Oh no, I don't sing.
I see. It's just that
That was
I've
someone
heard
else.
you humming
Hmm?
and all of your. Sometimes when you cast spells, you have a beautiful intonation to your voice. That's all.
Oh.
Say.
No, thank you.
All right. I poke at the fire and make sure it's nice and warm.
So, Baracus, you are sleeping?
I'm going to sleep, yes.
Yes. What
Darth
are
Baracus,
you
dude.
two
Darth
going to stay up,
Baracus.
or one of you going to take watch? Is anyone going to take watch?
Inaric, how are you feeling, energy-wise?
I'm feeling all right. Would you like to rest first?
I will rest first. I'll do a quick trance.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll take the.
A quick 4-hour trance.
Quick 4-hour trance. BRB.
Okay.
I just strum away for a little bit while I'm looking.
You're looking
But
around.
I realize I better put this down and keep a better watch.
Sure.
Ow.
So you're just generally keeping a watch. Give me a perception check.
Right. It seems rather dark as I look about. Natural 20.
Ooh, very perceiving.
We keep rolling ones and 20s.
Ones and
What's
20s.
going on?
Yeah,
With your perception modifier, what does that make it?
And that will make it. Let's see.
Natural 20.
22.
It's no longer cold as it was when dealing with the banshee. It's warm, especially now that you're around the fire, and the weight of that encounter is beyond you. It's clear sky. The moon is out. And surprisingly enough, in contrast to what recently happened, it's a very peaceful night, especially knowing that Corian is not going to die. And in the quiet of the night, you hear a lot of typical sounds that you would hear in the distance. You know, crickets, bugs, periodic avian noises. There's also a strange sound you hear in the grass around you.
Like close?
No, it's probably
Thank you, Jen.
it's probably 50 or 60 feet away.
Is it like the tall grass that I can see, or is it?
It is. It's not. It's. I mean, some of it's tall. I mean, you're out in the wilderness. You're kind of off the. You're following the river westward, and there's like a general travel path. I wouldn't call it a road, but it's a worn pathway that follows along with the river. You've been following that. You diverted off of it into the woods here for the night. So there is some tall grass, some short grass, but you hear this wisping sound as though something is quickly moving through the grass. You don't see anything, but you can hear it.
Does it sound like it's coming toward us?
No. No.
Rouge, thanks for being a
Something
new
moving around.
follower.
Something
Rouge.
moving around out there,
All right.
but it's not coming towards you.
I look at my
But with that kind of a roll, you barely hear the sound of like some grass being disturbed.
Right.
It could be
A mouse.
It could be anything. It could be a mouse. It could be a whatever. But
Right.
you hear something.
I glance around at everyone. Tolov meditating and the other two sleeping peacefully, kind of cuddled up together.
Yes.
And I decide that it's not worth waking them up for.
Okay.
But I keep my watch. I'm listening for that sound now in particular.
You're vigilantly
Yes.
perceiving.
It could be a terror.
And you
Says Obsto.
you don't hear it again, but there's nothing happens. 4 hours go by, and you give Tolov a little bump.
Are you ready
For what?
to take over watch?
Ah,
I've got those little
oh, crust.
crusties
I
in
see
my
them.
eye. I need to close them for a bit.
Inarik,
Yes.
before we switch, may I confide in you?
Oh. Of course.
I do not know if I can trust these other two yet, but I think you can keep a secret.
I believe I can.
I used to be part of a bad group, and they are after me.
They're after you.
Yes,
That had something to do, I would imagine, with the house that we went to that was
yes.
burned. And it's a group of some sort.
Yes. I don't want to get into details at this moment, but
Of course.
I trust you.
What can I do to help?
Just continue to be my friend and watch my back
That I will.
and my front.
That I will. And the sides as well.
Just
'cause
the
you
back and the
never
front.
know when
No,
someone's gonna come
no,
over. Yeah.
no. The sides are covered.
Gosh.
I have excellent peripheral vision.
Anything specific I should be looking out for? Are we talking elves? Are we talking dwarves, humans, all of the above?
All of the above. Okay, stop. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Good night. And I walk away.
Of course.
So you hunker down.
I lay down.
All of you keep your eyes open, peeled. It's 3:30-ish, 4 in the morning-ish. It's about that time, middle of the night. You just keeping your eyes peeled. Give me a perception check.
$13.
It's quiet. You still have the echo of the fond memories and emotions that you experienced in your reverie, your trance, echoing in your mind. It's a quiet night. Nothing really happens. The sun comes up, and you let your companions rest throughout much of the morning. Gets to be probably 8 or 9 in the morning. It's beginning to warm. What do you do? Looks like Corian's waking.
I'm doing yoga.
I feel much better.
Oh, you still look terrible.
I do?
Yeah.
Really? I take my
Yeah.
silver rapier out and hold it into the sunshine to look at my face.
You're alive, but you don't look good. You're travel worn.
Oh.
You look travel worn.
Spit in my hand. I slick it. That's what we do in my mining town where I grew up. I don't.
Great.
Yes, we didn't have products for our hair.
Who does? It's not a time period that you have.
Nobody put product. You don't put product. What do you put
What's
in
a
your?
hair product?
What do you put in your hair?
Little pigeon poo.
Pigeon fecal matter.
If I needed to
There's probably a hair
behave.
product for nobles or
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh,
or pompadours and
okay.
But I have hair all over my body, so it's
Right.
it's
So
everywhere.
do you do anything to your hair to make it so lustrously shiny?
I woke up like this.
No. Well, you're blessed.
Hashtag.
Yes, people use lard. I think some people use lard as well.
lard or-
I was
do
joking
feel.
about the pigeon poo, by the way.
Oh, you don't? Is it?
It's a little joke.
Oh.
I don't bathe in pigeon poo.
Oh.
Is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I thought it was funny. I guess
pretty
no one
gross.
else did.
I just keep my hood on.
Okay. So you wake up.
We wake up. I feel
well into the
so
morning.
good, in fact, that I feel like maybe it's. I feel so energized about having won the. What happened, by the way?
Oh, we won.
How I remember the ogre Baracus. I remember you burning him to a crisp like a burnt piece of pork.
Yeah.
So that was wonderful. But what happened to the banshee?
It was quite amazing as she zapped you, and
Well,
you
she clawed at my
Right.
face, right through my head. It
She-
didn't even do anything. I thought I had cuts all over my body, but I didn't.
as you fell backward, you were still holding your sword, and you kind of unconsciously stabbed up at her. And she said, "Oh, my love!" And then she exploded.
Okay, Inark, that is not what happened.
Of course, true.
No. Inark is daydreaming. He's captivated by your beauty, apparently.
Well, this morning you don't look so.
I feel like, yes, I don't feel quite right. But I feel much better than I did after her claws went right through my mind.
I will admit I had never honestly stopped to look at your face until you were about dead. Just, you know, the symmetry of your features and the complexion and the way your eyebrows are placed just right. I mean, you've got, you know, you've got what a lot of people would dream of having.
Well, Inarik, it's part of my blood. I'm an ASMR. You know that.
I don't know exactly
have we
what
talked
that
about-
means, but I know you're highborn somehow.
No, I'm not highborn. No. I was born in very humble circumstances, but my family lineage was blessed by a divine creature, and it showed up in me.
Most of it right on your face.
Oh.
I mean, now the wings, I suppose, you know, they make a lot of sense.
That's a part. Yep, that is a part of it. That is what being an ASMR is having some of that divine nature.
Does that?
I don't say that to brag, by the way. I'm
Sounds
saying
like
it's just
bragging.
the way of. I don't know how else to say it. Angelic. Is there any way to? There's no way to say it without
No, you
bragging.
sound...
It's a bit of a curse sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not everybody.
It made
likes
it difficult.
angels.
It made it difficult growing up.
Oh, life was so hard for you growing up, huh?
I didn't have friends.
that's
Because
a
of the
thing.
divine touch?
I had no friends.
Why didn't your divine touch save you from collapsing?
That's a good question, Tolov.
Hmm.
How did I survive?
Friendship.
Strong
Baracus?
friendship.
First.
you?
Friendship.
Yes, it was I. I used my bandage to
And then
bring you back to life.
I take my hand and I rub it where the bandage was.
That's right, Fred.
Oh!
Yeah, it doesn't smell so good, does
That
it?
smells like Peggy.
I would just be happy you were alive.
I am very much. Thank you, first friend. I feel I would like to sing a song to help us all. Thank you, Dragonface. This is for you, Dragonface.
I would love it. Is it all right if I accompany
Yes,
you on
please
the
do.
lute?
Please do.
I'm still a
Thank you to Dragon. I want to make sure Dragonface is still here.
You're like,
yes,
oh,
Dragonface
great,
777.
another
Matt,
song.
thank you. This is for Dragonface. I feel so strong, it's like I've drank a wine flagon. I feel like we have slayed mystical dragons. Did you know that there were 2, not 3, led by a lady, an evil banshee? We slayed the dragon like a flagon. We slayed the dragon last night. Everybody, slayed the dragon just like a flagon, drinking it like wine. Slayed the dragon last night. She did psychic damage right in my mind. I wanted to be free from that wonderful, beautiful banshee. Her claws ripped inside me to let out a barbarian. That barbarian is uncouth like a dragon. We slay the dragon just like a flagon. We slayed the dragon last night. We slayed the dragon just like a drunk does to a flagon. We slayed the dragon last night. But who had a fright? Baracus had a fright.
It was quite terrifying.
Last night it was tight. That fright from Banshee Lady.
Yes.
Like a baby.
Like a baby.
It was quite frightening.
From the lady
Did you know that that lady is no longer here because
I could
we
have.
slayed the dragon,
Well.
just like a flagon.
Well, two of us.
We slayed the dragon last night.
Only two of us did, realistically.
We slayed the dragon. You know we are not bragging that we slayed the dragon last night.
I mean, you're saying we, but it's really just us two over here.
That was a beautiful song.
Thank you, thank you. That's how I feel. It's like there's the face of a dragon, 777 of them. Like a dragon face. There were like 777 dragon faces. That's what my soul felt like. It was like a dragon face 777 times. Caused that much fright inside of me. That's why I feel like we slayed a dragon.
It's like as if 778 would have killed you. Is that what you?
I think so, yes. But there are only 777 of them.
It really wasn't a we thing.
And you know, Torlov said something important.
What?
You
No, I
slayed the
didn't.
dragon.
Torlov said
I didn't say anything.
that our friendship is what saved you.
Oh, I did say that, yeah.
And that,
Well, thank you.
that is true.
I appreciate that, everyone. I know I don't look the best.
No, you look
You,
terrible.
you also smell pretty bad.
You
I
smell
probably
being
do.
honest.
Yes.
You were unconscious, so, you know, it happens.
Yes, thank you, everyone. What's a flagon? A flagon is a
Stein.
Tankard.
it's like this.
Tankard.
It's like a tankard. It's like a mug, a flagon of wine. It's what you hold.
I
Just
didn't
like
know
a
that.
drunkard slayed the flagon, we slayed the dragon.
I thought you were just making up words.
No, it's not a made-up word.
Yeah.
Tolov, no, it's not a made-up word.
Oh.
It's
No, usually you're very good with your rhymes, so I was confused as to why you
Oh,
made up
thank
this
you.
bizarre word, but now we know.
Well, thank you for that compliment,
It
Tolov.
was not a compliment.
Sounded like one to me. I will take it as such.
Don't.
So how do you proceed for the day?
Well, we're looking for some treasure, aren't we?
Yes, we got to move forward
Let's
with the
pack
treasure
it
map.
up and let's go find this X on the spot. What do they say?
Mm.
X marks that place. I think they say.
It plays spot thing.
No, I think yes, it's a
It's-
spot. It's a place.
it's-
Let's
I
get
thought
out
that
the
was
map
about a
and
pet. I had a pet weaver. We called it Spot.
What happened to Spot?
We fed him to the chickens.
Oh,
oh well, I mean that would make sense.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to eat a weevil. Oh yes, we eat. Well, my people don't eat their pets, but
So, here's the map, if you recall. You've left Renfield following the river, probably about halfway. And you know that in the base of this mountain range, down here, that's where the X is.
let's
Let's
go.
go see what this treasure may be all about, shall we?
yes.
Are we get all of our health back?
Yes.
Of
A
course.
long rest.
I've
Yes.
already
And our
added
Yeah.
spell slots.
I didn't add the
So,
spell
do you think there's going to be a big X on the ground like there is in the map?
No, in Auric. No.
Never
There's-
followed a map before.
Corian, give me a an intelligence check with advantage.
This shouldn't be too hard, right? With advantage. Well, that's a dirty 20. That's a 21.
Being from a mining town yourself, you feel confident in presuming that this X, given its proximity to the mountains
Base
as they're
of the
described on
mountains,
these
yes.
maps, that it's most likely probably some sort of a mining community or a mine or something like that.
You know, that in looking at our map, I would assume that where this treasure might be, it might be
possibly in a mining community, possibly even inside a mine.
We also should consider the possibility that the map is a load of crap.
True.
That there's no treasure at all. But I like to be surprised.
But if it's in a mine, I know my way around mines.
Do you?
Well, not really. I learned a lot from my parents about it, though. So hypothetically, I know my way around mines.
They called it a mine.
A mine.
A mine. Sorry.
Moria.
Anyway, that's all I had to say. That's all I wanted to say.
Great, let's go.
Shadow.
There's one thing you do, if it is in a mining community, there's one thing, there are a couple of points as we're walking. I mean, as we're walking.
Sure.
Yes. There are a couple of pointers that we should keep in mind that when you're in a mine, when you're in a mining community.
Malt beer.
One of them, of course, is you say ho to people. That's how you salute in a mining ho.
Ho.
You don't say hi. You say ho there because that's ho because actually that sound carries more in a mine.
It sounds rude.
Ho.
So exactly. So that actually echoes more in a mine. So in
Ha.
greeting someone in a mining community,
They sound the same.
you should say ho.
I don't think I'd like much being in a mine. I prefer the outdoors myself.
Well, we might not have to go into a mine. I'm just saying if we wind up going into a mining community, so that we don't seem, I mean, we'll seem like outsiders, but if we want to endear ourselves a little bit to the people, say ho, ho. That's how you greet.
Tolov, give me an intelligence check with advantage.
21.
You know that that's not true. Because you've spent some time in, not mines, but you know your way around
What part of it that
the noise echoing.
Oh, okay, the ha and the ha. Okay.
Yeah.
I call shenanigans.
I'm sorry, is that a troop?
It's an elfin
Is that
term.
a bard troop?
Is it a game? Are you starting a game?
It's not a
called
game.
Shenanigans?
It means Corian is talking from his rectum again.
What are you talking about?
Well, I feel like
In my
saying ho.
community, that's how we would greet each other.
Yelling ho?
It seems like
Yes,
a
you'd say
rude-
ho Clarence, ho Weevil, ho Inaric, ho Baracus. That's how we greeted each other. I figured that was the reason why we did it was because of the mines.
The echoing part of the mines. Yeah,
yes, I figured
think your parents were playing a cruel joke on you.
Yeah, I think that sounds rather rude.
my mother was a jokester.
Did she like
She
you?
is a jokester. I mean, I'm imagining she's still living.
Alive.
You don't know if your mother's alive or not.
I don't. Do you?
No, why would we know that?
Anyway, I don't see a difference between yelling ho and yelling ha in a mine. I think we should yell ha. Who's in favor?
I don't think it matters.
Ha
Ha!
or ho?
I like ha because it sounds more like laughter.
Ha.
And I like it.
I'll probably let
Ha,
you.
ha.
I'll let my first friend do the introductions. once
Thank
we're
you
there.
very much.
So we have
Baracus.
2 ha's and 2 ho's.
Well, you don't
have-
want to say a ha to... I don't care what you say in the mine. I'm just saying that when we greet people in the town, we should say, ho baker, ho fat rabbit.
I will not do this.
Again, I'll let my first friend do the talk.
Thank you, Baracus.
These ho's ain't right.
But let's get there quickly so we can try it and see who's right.
Excellent idea.
You want to travel quickly?
Not so fast that we get exhausted terribly, but we can pick up the pace a bit.
Okay. All right.
As we're walking, I mean, interestingly, there's a phrase, there's a hoedown. And hoedowns is when people dance, it's called a hoedown. And that comes from when you are digging deeper into a mine, when you yell down, you yell ho, and when you strike whatever metal you're going after, people
Oh!
Now that I'm saying it,
beautiful
I'm realizing
face,
my
Jonah.
mother was absolutely full of pigeon dung.
Yes.
I've believed that all growing up.
She did
She
not like
probably
you.
That miners would dance when people would yell ho down to where they discovered metal, and that sounds like a load of pigeon dung now when I say it out loud.
She probably had a great sense of humor.
She did.
Well, assuming she's still alive.
She does.
Yes, does.
She does.
I don't
Yes, she
know.
does.
I don't know your status with her. I don't know.
Oh, I have a good status with her.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It seems as though you haven't talked to her in a long time. First round.
Well, since I've left.
Is she as beautiful as you are?
No.
No.
She doesn't have the ASMR.
Do you know where she is now?
In fact, my parents are quite unattractive.
Oh, that's
They're
rather
rugged.
rather rude.
My father works in the mines, and so he's. I don't know if you've ever known people who work in mines, but they get pocked.
But it depends what kind of mine, doesn't it? Because if you have like a happiness mine,
I don't
That's
think you
not
can mine
a
for happiness, Narik.
no,
You can't dig that out of
my
the ground.
mother's full of crap. No, I'm joking.
Are you making fun of me?
I'm making
Narik?
a bit of fun.
Are you making fun, Narik?
I'm making a bit of
Oh,
fun.
I like you.
That's what friends are for, being liked. No, telling jokes. Those kinds of things.
I mean,
like
both.
Yes, I mean really both. What did one miner say to the other miner as
What?
you were coming out of the mine?
Where
Nothing. I don't. I'm not even going to tell this joke because I think it probably is not funny. It's one that my mother would tell, and then my
Well,
father
now
would
you
laugh.
have to tell us the
He would laugh
punchline.
strong and so strongly, and we just thought it was funny.
now you have to tell it.
Did they
Okay,
say-
fine. What did one miner say to the other miner as they walked out of the mine?
We need a
What?
chaperone because we're underage.
Yes, that was where I thought you were going to.
I know, but that's actually an interesting one.
Well, what's
Why would they need a
yours?
chaperone?
Because they're
They're
minors.
under 18.
They're minors. They would need a
Minors.
chaperone.
No, we had
It's a
plenty of
double un-
adult miners.
No, that was
Just a
my
play on
that
the
was
word.
my guess.
Ugh.
Never mind. That was my guess.
Never mind.
that was a good guess.
I walk away. I
Listen,
can't do
don't
it this week.
undermine my
Oh.
story.
What's the answer?
Well, the punchline of her joke, and you know what? Come to think of it, I actually told this at Bard School, and no one
Just
laughed.
spit it out.
Okay, the punchline. Well, what did one miner say to another miner while walking out of the mine?
What?
It was, hey, I can pick my friends and I can pick my nose, but did you know I cannot pick your nose? And it was because you use a pick in a mine. It was very, very funny.
Oh, my joke answer was better.
Your mother had no sense of humor. I hate
I'm
to
going
break
to
it to you.
pick. I'm going to just walk a little faster.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
I walk
let's
faster
walk
as well.
let's walk
So,
faster as well.
You picked up your pace.
Ugh.
Wow.
Corian.
This really throws my upbringing for a loop.
This actually explains a lot. I call over my shoulder.
So you pick up your pace as you head west towards the mountain range, the Westfall Mountains. You walk with a good pace throughout the day, but you know it's a large mountain range. Relatively speaking, it's a bit of a vague placement on the map. If you were to walk at a pretty quick pace, I would say that by nightfall you would get to the base of the mountains. You'd be into the craggy foothill areas of the mountains.
Maybe
But-
a little better for shelter there. Or not necessarily.
Yeah, if you're seeking for like cave-like shelter, you could look for it.
That would be nice.
Okay. Give me a survival check. Are you doing it alone? Or are you all doing it?
We're all doing it.
So someone do it with advantage. Whoever's got the highest survival, do it. Roll with advantage.
Where's... Oh, okay. I have +1.
Plus 2.
So only one person. Roll with advantage. That's simulating you getting help from everybody else.
All right. 20.
Yeah, you don't have a problem finding a small cave that is in the craggy foothills of these mountains. It doesn't go too deep into the mountains, and it's perfect for shelter, which is good because it's a cloudy night. It might rain.
I enter and I say, "Ho there!"
Ho there!
Do you see how it echoed quite well?
It did.
Ha there!
Ha there!
Oh, that was a bit louder.
Well, this is just because she yelled loudly.
No,
She yelled louder,
better.
and
It
she has a
sounded better.
higher
It
pitched
sounded
voice.
stronger and better.
You're right.
Sure. You gonna set up some camp in this cave? It goes back probably 40 feet at the
We
most.
should go search the
We
crags.
search.
It's very craggy. Like
Let's
it
search
does-
the crags.
It
and
doesn't
see if
appear
there
to
are
be
any-
like a cave that was dug out or anything. Like it's a natural kind of fissure within the rocks.
We make a thorough search to make sure there's nothing living in there. Or
There's nothing in
hiding.
there. There's no weird smells. There's no indication that there's any beasts that live in there.
Let's bring our beast of burden inside.
Okay.
Cave.
Okay.
All right.
For the sake of brevity, we'll say the night passes with no incidents, no nothing. You wake up the next morning. You know, it's cool, but it is there is a light drizzle. You know, the ground is a little bit wet, so it's a good thing you found the cave. So it's overcast outside, but you have the day ahead of you to carry on if you wish. You
So yes, can we look at the map and try to determine where we
so
might be
you would
in
have
relation
probably
to the
followed
X?
the river to its head here. So you're probably in this vicinity right here. So you feel safe in assuming that if you simply head south along the mountain range,
Along the base of the mountain.
maybe you'll get lucky.
All right. Do we have a plan besides we have a path? Are we looking for anything in particular? Did he say anything about? He didn't say anything about anything, did he?
No, he absolutely said
I
nothing. I
think
mean,
we
all
may
he
have
knew was
gotten
that there was
screwed.
this map. That's all he knew.
Right. All right.
I think we're putting a lot of trust into just
A
map.
paper.
Well, we got some good exercise out of it, if nothing else.
Yes,
All right, so keep your eyes out for anything unusual. Anything out of the ordinary. A single tree, perhaps. Anything that sticks out. A rock, like an outcropping at a different angle. Anything that... I know that my people hide things often. And when we hide things, it's always nice to put it somewhere in the vicinity of something that sticks out as a reminder, so that we don't have to
It's
keep
interesting
a
for
map.
someone who is so open with what you do and say that you physically hide things.
Well,
I find it very interesting.
Inark is not his people. Inark is his own
that's true.
person.
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It wasn't a slight at him.
I'm just saying. He does not hide things, do you?
No, that's what I'm saying, is he's very open.
I have no use for wealth, really. I just collect it because, well, you guys are all doing it. It's kind of fun.
It also can get you good things.
Right.
Like things to protect yourself even more so.
Oh, that's a weird yes.
So are you heading out?
So let's head
Let's
south
head out.
then. Let's head south and keep our eyes open for anything that
Okay.
might seem a tad out of the ordinary.
So you head south, and I will say within about a half an hour, you come across what you can only determine is an opening to it would seem like a mine. Like there's old timbers holding up, portions of the stone.
Look, everyone, this would be a mine.
Prove it.
Oh.
Say your ho there. I joke.
That's what you see. I mean, you're well outside of it, but it's clear that it's, you know, and there's actually like a very worn path. It's you know, it's now that you see the opening in the rock face with, you know, clearly the non-natural, you know, timbers used to kind of help support the cave opening. You look around and there's an old, totally, you know, unused. There's a semblance of an unused path in the ground running north-south along the base of the mountains in the foothills, the craggy foothills of the base of the mountains here.
Well, it looks like a mine, but it could also be something's home. It could be something living in there, or I don't know.
Well, do you see anything else out of the ordinary that's near where this treasure may be?
I think it's probably going to be in there, if anywhere.
Well,
we just have to be careful.
Are you guys close to this thing? Or
let's
approach your head in?
Let's approach it.
So you walk up to it, and as you walk up to it, the indication that there's like a path or so. I mean, again, I don't want to say a road, but it might have once been a well-traveled road. Is at your feet, leading, you know, north-south, and then an offshoot into this mine. But as you walk up to it, and as you have a clearer vision of what you see in front of you, it's totally collapsed. Like, I mean, like 15 feet inside, it's
rubble.
It's rubble.
And
there's no passageway through.
There's none.
We can see clearly?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, this is a mine that it's you know, clearly isn't used anymore, but it's total rubble. That's what you see.
And no one can squeeze through.
Baracus, can you Eldritch Blast this mine?
That's a good idea, actually. Let me try that. I'm going to Eldritch Blast it.
All right. I mean, you don't even have to roll. I mean, it's just a big mound of rock. You just point your hand at it, and you know, there's just, you know, this cascading force that just blasts into the rock, and it shatters, and bits and chunks of rock, large and small, go shooting in various directions, only to be kind of replaced by, you know, other rubble that comes falling. And
well, I put a hole in it,
and it refilled.
Do
you think Bazelon could slip through there?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't actually even put a hole in it. You just kind of blasted rock. I mean, it's solid rubble.
No.
Beyond
it. No, I can't.
I do have a spell called Mold Earth. I don't know if that could help us out in this situation. I'm going to try. So I try to... So I believe what I can do. I can look it up, but essentially I'm able to move around like a 10 feet.
It's a 5-foot cube.
Yeah,
you can manipulate it.
All right.
So it's just a big 5-foot cube. So you could take a 5-foot cube of this rubble and basically move it out of the way.
All right.
Do you do that?
I'll do that.
Replaced by more rubble.
So you do that. He removes this giant, not giant, but a big, you know, 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot ish cube of rubble from this. You place it along the side, outside the mine.
That's very impressive.
And there's and you know, it's just, there's just more rubble in there. You know, it kind of, you know, it's loose, so it collapses, and you know, more stones and stuff fall in. There's no indication that you'd be able to get through.
Any signs of any markings on the walls that aren't covered, or anything that could tell us what type of thing this place is?
No, it's so old and disused. Apart from, again, the only real markings there are is this like semblance of a road going north-south. It continues on south.
Chances are there's another entrance. There's a secret or a back door.
I guess mines usually do have secondary. I mean, because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Or get trapped.
Right.
Should we search for something?
Yes.
Go around. Actually, I don't know. Yes, we'll search for another entrance.
Okay. What direction do you go? You came from the north.
Should we split up?
You can keep going south.
Or is that too... You think it's too big?
I mean, should we split up and split up and look?
But if we split up, how will we
How
let
will we
the others
know?
know that we found something?
Well, we have
Yeah,
Barzizal.
Barzizal, yeah.
Oh. Great.
Good
Then yes.
Barzizal could go and... What if we send Barzizal around to the other side of the mountain to go see if there's a secondary entrance?
That's a good idea.
I mean, this is a giant mountain range. So I don't know if there's a getting around the mountain. There's a traversing where you are along the mountain range.
Does
But he can look.
Barzizal have that range?
He can go as far as he wants.
Oh, okay.
You can see through his eyes for a mile.
Barzizal.
Oi! Oh, hey, boss. Welcome back to the world. That's what I say.
Welcome back to the world, Barzizal.
Okay,
great.
Corian.
You didn't ditch this one over here yet.
No, he is my first friend.
Right,
And he
okay,
did
well,
a little bit to me, but
I will acquiesce to your wisdom, then, boss. What's going on here?
so Barzizal, you see this?
I am very well educated from the Nine Hells. I'll have you know. Thank you very much.
I didn't know they had schooling in the Nine Hells.
He has a diploma. Barzizal,
It burned.
Yes,
this
boss.
mine right here. It doesn't seem to quite have an entrance. We're looking for another entrance to this mine. Barzizal, could you be so kind and fly around the area and look for another entrance to this mine?
Yeah, absolutely. I could do that. Yeah. And if I find something, what do I do?
You come back.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
That-
tell us.
And tell us.
And
Oh.
tell us.
See, I am a servant of this good man over here.
Yeah, you.
I know.
And I do what he asks me to do.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I
Right.
understand.
You
that.
will tell me.
So I will come back and relay
Tell
that
me.
information to you.
To me, not him.
Excellent. He goes invisible.
I don't think
And you-
he likes you.
And you hear the flapping of wings as he heads off.
All right.
Do you want to look through his eyes?
I
What do
want
you
to look through his eyes.
Okay. So you see him, and he's flying around. He's flying up, up the base of the mountain a little bit, out into the flatlands a little bit, as he's kind of strafing east and west as he moves down the mountains. And he does this for probably another 20 minutes. Until he sees another very similar looking opening to a mine.
Goody. There's another opening.
Can he hear us when we talk to him?
Nope.
No?
There's another opening.
Sounds like there's another
I
opening.
think that's, yeah.
What side is it, Barzizal?
He's too far away to communicate with you.
Okay.
But it's along the same side. Like it's along. I mean, you were probably like here. He's flown south.
Just straight forward. Alright, that's enough, Barzizal. Come back to me.
Okay.
I would assume, meanwhile,
You can just come out of being watching him.
yeah.
And, yeah.
as
Run away
Barzizal's
from him.
coming back, we're heading towards the direction he's going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So
There's
eventually,
another opening.
eventually you walk back. Barzizal. He's just kind of waiting for you. He knew that you were coming. And before you is another mine opening. It's you're probably 100 feet or so away from it as you meet up with Barzizal. I found something, boss, right there. You see?
Thank you, Barzizal.
You're very welcome. How else can I help you today?
That's enough.
Are we torturing anybody? Gone.
Close friend, I do absolutely enjoy seeing you do that. I think it's very, very fun.
It makes
How long have you known this Barzizal?
not that long.
Really? I mean, how does it come about that you are able to control him? Like what?
Well, I have been granted such powers by another higher power. Let's put it that way.
Hmm.
Is it the devil?
Just like accuse me of such sorcery?
I'm just asking.
She just comes right to the point, doesn't
I mean,
she?
he's not from the
Much
devil.
like
He would have
religious
killed us all.
figures.
Just asking.
Yes. Much like religious figures rely on their gods to give them encouragement, if you will. I have my own sources of power that I don't use for an evil.
Evil?
Evil, you know.
Well, we
I
say
would have
evil.
killed. I would
Evil.
have killed you if I was evil.
But you might be evil.
That's all. Evil. That's all I will.
Why are you deliberately not saying evil?
Evil. That's how I pronounce the word.
But are you evil?
No, I'm not evil.
Oh. Now I don't know what to think.
I trust you.
That is all I will say for now.
So this Barzizal's like a little gift. He's like a gift creature that you've been granted by this mysterious benefactor.
Yes. Yes, he's very beneficial to my. Yes. Yes.
It would be fun to have to control something like that.
I'd like one too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not that bad.
I mean, you guys have your little dragon friends who've appeared every once in a while.
It's the same.
I don't know if it's the same.
Except I have mine forever.
He can call it whenever he wants. I only get
until when? Does he
friend
get?
every now and then.
Did Barzizal get taken away from you if you
pay my rent, so to speak? Shall we continue?
All right. So, do you know where to go?
Well, we're here. We're here.
Didn't you say that?
Right?
You're not quite at the opening. I mean, you can see it in the distance. It's about 100 feet away, but I mean, it's
well, there it is.
I suggest we take caution.
Why?
Should we get stealthy?
I think so.
Just in case there's nothing. All right.
Get stealthy.
I think we got.
Get stealthy with it.
I do feel like we got a bit lucky with the first one, of course, only because there was nothing there. But if there's something here to be protected or guarded, someone would be watching out for it.
I agree.
So we should approach it very, very cautiously.
Stealthily.
All right.
Yes. We'll all go in. I'll go in stealth mode.
But I'm not terribly stealthy myself, so I'll hang back a bit.
So you're gonna creep up cautiously.
Yes.
Right.
Corian, roll for it.
What?
Ooh.
Thank you, chat.
Oh.
16.
Okay.
Respectable.
Now everybody roll for stealth.
Oh. I see what you do there. I see what you do there.
Hey. 19.
It's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
I could use a reroll. I rolled a natural
reroll.
one.
20.
20.
Oh, 20.
All right, 17. Thank you for the D20 rerolls, everyone.
I traded a 1 for a 2.
Oh no.
Well, it's better than
Plus, I have a +2, so it's a 4.
It's a 4. Okay. All right, you're all moving as quietly as you can. Inaric can't help but kind of stumble through the rubble.
Inaric,
stay,
and some of his equipment is clanking a little bit. It's a little tough for him.
In a forest, I'm silent.
Stay behind us a little while.
Here, I'm just deadly.
Stay 20 feet behind us.
Right.
Okay, so you make your way up to the mouth of this mine, and unlike the other one, it is not collapsed. At least there's no indication as you stand out front of it that it's been collapsed. There's looming darkness as it goes in. Each of you, I believe, have dark vision, and so you can see as though illuminated with dim light for a certain depth into this cave, that it's been worked, right? Again, it hasn't collapsed. There's no rubble like the previous one, but there's a brief opening that leads into a larger cavern. You can see that from the outside. It's about 10, 12 feet wide, at least as high as that. The opening. The as it goes in and opens up into a cavern a little bit more, that space is a little bit bigger. But that's what you see. There's no, like, you don't see anything other than that, really.
Because of the darkness?
No, because there's no indication that there's, like, anything in there. It's empty.
I think we should check.
For traps. Should we check for traps
Yes.
before we go?
That's a good idea.
Who's going to do that?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Is that
It's
perception?
Perception check, yeah.
20.
Okay.
Nice roll.
So you walk up to the right up to the mouth of this cave, mine, and you look around, and you can see in the ceiling, about 10 feet inside the opening, you can see something very strange. Two things that are very strange. One of them is like a rope contraption on one side, and on the other side is like a bent piece of a tree branch, and there's there's 3 knives lashed to it.
Abort. It's booby-trapped.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can see traps from above. Or what if we throw something in so the traps go off?
Exactly what I think is a great idea. Inarek, let's step back. Why don't you pick up the largest boulder you can find and roll it on in there?
That I can do. Alright, so I look.
Okay.
I look for.
So you look around. Yeah. I mean, there's
nice
boulders everywhere.
good-sized rock that'll do some damage.
Okay.
And I guess I take it. She points it out to me. I kind of aim. We used to have a game back home. Yes, where we stood up these wooden pins, and then we rolled the boulders.
Like little wooden pins that you'd use for sewing?
No, more like blocks.
What is the purpose of this?
Yes. What would be the purpose of that? Were you angry at the blocks?
No, it was
Did
for
they
fun.
hurt
It
your
was a
family?
game.
Fun.
It was a game.
So you hurt them for
It's
fun.
an aiming game. You aim the. I'm good. I
Okay.
have good aim.
Okay.
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 Kind of like Toliv with her arrows,
Right.
but you with your rolling.
I'm not quite that good.
Thank you both.
All right, here we go.
So you're gonna roll it on the ground into the cave in hopes of doing what?
Trigger the trap.
Okay.
If it's a trap, see what it does.
Okay.
Is it on the ground? She
It's
showed
on the
it to
ceiling.
me. It's on the ceiling. All right.
Well, what she saw were like she didn't actually see the triggering mechanism, but she saw
Right.
the traps
All
themselves.
right. So
set.
I'm gonna roll it on the ground, not too fast,
Okay.
so that it would have a better chance of triggering something.
Okay. So you roll the boulder in.
Wait, who gets the next roll for it, by the way? Speaking of rolling, in the chat, which character should get this next roll for it? It's too bad it wasn't already in Narek.
Yeah, so you roll it in, and are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right hand.
So you roll it in more onto the right-hand side of this 10-foot wide opening. And as you do so, there's an audible, like, thump as it triggers a thin, stretched wire. And what happens is this stretch of rope kind of unfurls itself, hidden very, very cleverly within the rocks, where it would have grasped onto an ankle and held somebody upside down. But there's a counterweight somewhere else that's driving this mechanism. But the trigger goes, the rope unleashes from its trap and grasps nothing, and is just left hanging there in the air like a noose.
Is that the
Well
trap
done.
that you saw, Tolov?
Well, it's one of them.
All right, I pick up another boulder and I do the same thing, just aiming towards the other side.
Okay.
We have one vote for Tolov and Inaric and Barakas. We need one more vote
To break the
someone
tie.
To break the tie.
As you do so, you hear another very similar triggering sound as this boulder
Twang.
runs up against another wire. And as it does so, this bent tree branch comes slicing down out of the ceiling with knives attached to it and embeds itself into the wall.
Narek gets the roll for it.
So these traps have been triggered.
Nicely. Well checked.
Let's
Tolov.
throw one more
I'm gonna
just
throw one
straight
more,
through the
just
middle,
in case.
just in
Good
case.
idea.
Just,
Maybe
like
through the air, not
body
rolling.
height. Like
Yes.
Okay.
Standard human height.
You all are now kind of standing at the entrance of this mine, and it goes in pretty deep, and it's just kind of a big open expanse. There's like you can see that there's multiple tunnels that lead off away from it, but they're farther deep in there.
One more boulder in there.
Okay. So you roll it in there, and
This one's kind of thrown, kind of mid-height.
okay, and it just kind of hits the ground with a crumble, a rocky crumble sound, and rolls for a bit, but nothing happens.
Well done, Narek. I can see how this rolling block hitting sport game of yours has come in handy.
And well done, Tola, for spotting it.
Yes, very well done, Tolov. Thank
Could
you
have taken
for
quite a
saving
bit off the top.
one of our lives.
You're welcome.
Shall we proceed?
With caution, of course.
I like to cast dancing lights
Okay.
Ooh.
into the.
What do you want to do with them? You want to send
Just-
them in to illuminate the space?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like 3 or 4 like
4 torch-sized lights within range.
Twerking.
Okay.
Torch size lights.
Okay.
Just twerking lights.
Whoa.
10-foot radius each light.
okay. Yeah. So you send these lights in, and they each have about a 10-foot radius, and I assume you have them kind of just hovering, maybe along the ceiling. The ceiling's probably at its highest, probably about 20 feet, and it's illuminating this cavernous space pretty well. And you can now more clearly see that there's 3 different kind of tunnels that lead off right in front of you. This cavernous, it's kind of round and it goes off. There's like 3 different tunnels that go off in different directions. You can't really see beyond
like a
those branching off tunnels. Do you go in? What do you
Yes,
do?
let's go in.
Alright.
I'd say we go in.
Let's go.
Yes.
Are you still stealthing, or
Well, now I've
Hi.
cast lights in the air, so I feel like
Yeah.
maybe sort of pointless.
All right. Okay, so you saunter in. All right, you walk in, and it's very cavey. There's
Do I recognize it as a mine?
It could have once been a mine. Yep. It's been worked. It's not like any mine that you're familiar with,
This is unlike any mine I've known.
but it's not natural. It's been excavated by hands that can excavate.
But it doesn't seem like it's been excavated for mining purposes.
No.
I relay such information.
Okay. So you walk in. You're after about 20 feet at the most. As you come walking in, 4 creatures come walking out of the leftmost passage. They are small. They look like humanoid lizard people. They've got like a bluish gray color to their scales. They're probably about 3.5 feet tall or so, and they're decked out in armor and weaponry, and they come walking out yipping. They have this funny little yippy language as they're talking to each other, and they see you, they see the lights, and they start screaming, and they begin to kind of mobilize, run throughout the cavern to fight you.
Oh. Wait, how many of them did you say there
There's
were?
4 of them.
4 of them.
And that's where we'll end our session for tonight.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at Fractured Roll. Thank you, Matt, for leading another wonderful session.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
It felt good to be back. We've been way too long.
Yes.
So we'll find out what these
I've
yipping lizard
missed
men are
you.
next week.
Yes.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this stream. Thank you for your generosity, donating, helping us stay alive. I have 4 D. Keep track of your D6s. Everyone write down how many D6s you
I'm
had.
down to 4 as well.
Me too.
And you know, we keep saying this,
Thank
but
you, Jackie.
we're gonna do a giveaway. We'll do we're going to do a giveaway next week. We're going to do a giveaway next week. So particularly if you're a subscriber, you have a very good chance of winning a giveaway for next week. So Zop's has been waiting for a while. So thank you guys, and thank you guys for helping our stream be really fun. So we appreciate you guys being here. Pigeon Rat, big shout out to Pigeon Rat who did all of our miniatures work. You can go see our Banshee on his most recent Instagram post at Pigeon Rat.
So
you
cool.
can see our Banshee. They're so awesome, Pigeon Rat. So
I know I'm sad that she's dead. I mean, I'm glad
Jabby
she's
says
dead, but
D6s in the near future for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jabby.
Me too.
So nice.
No,
And,
not
yeah, not the DM. No, you can give to the DM. It's quite all right to give to the DM. So we will see you guys again next week, right? And we're gonna go raid. Oh no, all of our peeps are gone. All of our peeps. Oh, you know what? We Are Nerdsmith are still up. So if you want to go watch some more Dungeons and Dragons, We Are Nerdsmith is going on right now. So we are gonna go raid them. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Anyone, do you have any last words, DM?
No, I would just say thanks for joining us once again. Things are getting interesting, so come back next week as they fight these whatever's they. I know what they are, but I can't say because
lizard people.
Strange little lizard man. Yeah, come back next week for more fun D&D action. Go to our website.
Yes.
Spread the word. Spread the gospel of D&D. Get everybody into this thing because it's fun. And take care of each other. Love each other.
All right. Thanks, guys. We're going to go raid it right now.
See you next week.